27, 28, and 32, while the Red Sox would not win another title until 2004.
Hi, folks. This is Big Al from Discount Diesel Parts. Interstate McVie is a highly respected manufacturer with over 70 years' experience in the heavy-duty diesel engine parts industry. And as an authorized dealer, we've been serving Western Canada with those high-quality engine parts for highway trucks, farm machinery, heavy equipment, transit, and marine, and at a great price, too. Reach us at discountdiesel.ca and know that Discount Diesel's got the parts to get it done.
Sports 1440, Stingray Radio Station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
Have your sports curiosity cured.
Moved in. Robinson from Taylor Hall. The bar to give the Kings a one-goal lead.
Sports reporting game for over 25 years.
Goalie was in front, puck didn't get to him. Connect, they will flip it up. Zegras had it bounce off of him. Dvorak gets to it and a goal. He's there. Christian Dvorak.
Breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams.
From Tri-Settle, the return pass. Tri-Settle trying to sneak it inside. DJ gets Bouchard. DJ gets with 1 second left.
This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, here we go for Saul. 561, Thursday, December the 11th. A chilly one this morning, heading into work. Minus 23 right now. It's going to be like that for most of the day. I don't think it's going to be warming up at all. Minus 27 tonight. She's cold for today and tomorrow. Then a little bit of a reprieve for the weekend, but man, the long-range forecast is chilly. Hey, thanks so much for tuning into the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440. Good morning and welcome to the big program on your AM radio dial on your morning drive into work or wherever you're heading out on a Thursday morning. Of course, you can watch us as well now on YouTube at Sports 1440 AM. We would really appreciate if you dropped us a like and a subscription. We're also on X, Facebook, Instagram, and even Twitch. As always, the streaming services are humming along on iHeartRadio, the TuneIn app, even on sports1440.ca. And once the shows are over, they turn into the many podcasts that are out there on Apple, Spotify, Google, even Amazon. They're easy to subscribe to and select the auto download. You'll never miss a second of any show. Yeah, good morning. Stay warm, drive safe. Got some snow overnight as well, so be safe on the roads. Turn the lights on the whole bit, and hopefully we can be a part of your morning here on a Thursday, which is game day for the Edmonton Oilers as they are home to the Detroit Red Wings, who played last night in Calgary. And for the first 40 minutes, well, I mean, for most of the game, Detroit was the superior team and really had the Calgary Flames in a headlock for the first 40, up 4-0. Hang on in the third period. Calgary finally started to get some offense going, beating John Gibson, who was involved, shall we say, in a lot of the game. Some scrums after the whistle. He was into it and played quite well last night. Detroit gives up a lot of goals, man. I mean, both goalies, and we'll see Cam Talbot tonight, the former Oiler, on a back-to-back. But Detroit's given up, both their goalies are well over the 3 in goals against average. So Detroit will give up some, but they will generate a lot of offense, and they did that last night. So Detroit with that win, now 17-11-3. And you know what? The Red Wings, if they win a game, they go to the top of the table, it seems, in the Atlantic Division. If they lose a game, they basically go to a wild card spot, or even, to be honest with you, sometimes they drop all the way out. That's how tight it is. I mean, New Jersey is below the playoff cut line. They got 35 points. Detroit leads the Atlantic Division with 37 points. The Oilers have 32 points on 13 wins, 11 losses, and 6 overtime shootout losses. They are sitting in a wild card spot right now with those 32 points with the Chicago Blackhawks. They are 7 back of the Anaheim Ducks for top spot in the Pacific Division. Both teams have played 30 games, but the Ducks, the story so far in the division, maybe in the conference, when you take away the play of Colorado, Dallas for that matter. But Anaheim's sitting pretty right now at 19-10-1. The Oilers lost to Detroit, by the way, earlier this year, October the 19th, 4-2 in Motown. Detroit's on a 3-game winning streak on the road. This is the third of 4 games in 4 nights. 3 games, 4 nights for the Red Wings tonight. So the Oilers will have them on where they should be a little bit tuckered out, but they didn't take advantage of Buffalo either. So come out of the gates hard, come out smoking hot, come out hard, and maybe the Red Wings lose a little interest right off the hop. Our text line is always open at 833-401-1440. Last night in the NHL, the Rangers, they get shut out. They've been shut out 6 times. Last night, Connor Bedard and the Blackhawks win 3-0. 6 times that the Rangers have been shut out this year. It's crazy to think that. Seattle beats LA in overtime, so the Kings do get 1 point. They've got 36 on the year. And also, what was it? Florida over Utah by a score of 4-3. That game was tied 3-3 until FLA gets the game winner 4-3. All of a sudden, the Panthers are starting to string a few wins together. That's 3 in a row. They are 3 games above 500. They got 32 points, starting to make a bit of a move here in the Eastern Conference standings. Last night, I was just keeping an eye, and I didn't watch a lot because I was watching the Flames game. But the rivalry series in Edmonton, Team Canada, the United States, women's hockey, a safe bet would be that these two teams are going to be meeting in the Olympic gold medal final. 10-4, the United States beats Canada last night. They changed goaltenders. It didn't matter. Emmerich Maschmeyer from Bruderheim came in. Both goalies were just pelted. But this rivalry series is not turning into much of a rivalry series, is it? So they've played 3 games. Canada scored, just a half dozen goals here. I think it's a half dozen, but last night, 10-4, and we're going to have Cheryl Pounder on to discuss this. She did the color last night. Is it better that you're working out kinks right now? I would say 100% it is a lot better that you are figuring out your way. But is this one of those years where the Americans are just that much better? Is it a time in Canadian women's hockey where is there a little bit of a transitional period? Some of the players that have been there for a long time that have been remarkable women hockey players, remarkable hockey players for that matter, representing our country. Now, are they getting a little long in the tooth? And, we talk about some of these players. Marie-Philippe Poulin has been the best women's hockey player for a long, long time. But, you can only turn back the clock here and there so much until father or mother time, in this sense, wins out. I'm not saying by any stretch of the imagination that Marie-Philippe Poulin doesn't have anything left in the tank, but that's just the nature of sports. And she's had a remarkable career. Even James texted, and he must have been watching the game. It was 10-4 last night, and he's kind of given the Canadian women a little bit of a shot here, saying that the rivalry series is over. Well, they got one more game this weekend on Saturday, and maybe it's a situation where the Canadian women rebound. It'll be at Rogers Place one more time. Thursday night football, we got the Atlanta Falcons in Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers, where, they lost last week to New Orleans and could be a critical loss. The division's going to be decided when they play Carolina. They got 2 more games against Carolina. So we will be betting the Duke and I on that one. I believe it's 4.5. Tampa Bay is favored. Let's welcome in the Duke of Delburne on a chilly Thursday morning. Duke said he got his truck rolling at 2:00 in the morning on a program start.
Mhm.
10 minutes, 15 minutes to
Yeah, that's right. Just to make sure that it gets a chance to roll things over in the midst of a chilly evening,
Okay.
overnight
Now you got to
affair.
tell our listeners what happened with you trying to plug your truck
Well,
in last
yeah.
night.
So I've yet to use the block heater on my truck. I've had it for several years now, and partially because at my last place living in Edmonton, I didn't have access to a plug-in. And even when I was living in Fort Saskatchewan, going to Nate, I parked on the street out in front of the house I was living in. So desperate times I could run a cord out there all the way across the road, but never really got to that stage. So when I got home, I was out for wings with some friends last night, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to do this. I have this park install. There's a plug-in right at the front of it.
Mhm.
Why not? It's better for the truck to not be firing on such cold starts. And I found the block heater cord, but it was almost kind of like not zip tied, but clipped into the back of the bumper on the inside, which is good. Keeps it from
Yeah.
hanging and dangling and
Getting
banging
snow
off
in
when you're
there.
driving. Exactly. Dark, cold, obviously. And I just got home thinking I was going to do this really quickly and then run inside to the warm confines of my building. I could not get it unclipped, and as a result, unable to get it plugged in. So that'll be my task today when I leave the studio while it's still semi-daylight, instead of trying to doing it with my phone, flashlight in my hand, etc. To get this little clip undone from the back of the bumper, the cover taken off the plug-in, and I'll have the truck plugged in, because tonight even supposed to be colder yet going into tomorrow.
I bet even a guy like Nails is listening right now, doing some work in the barn, and he's very disappointed in you.
I was disappointed in
Very
myself, and if
disappointed
it
in you,
was,
dude.
I checked the forecast again, and it said like a low of -22 last night. I said, that's not that bad.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
throw in the scheduled start to just keep her a little warmer halfway point, because this is like 10 o'clock when I got home. So 2 o'clock in the morning, that's 4 hours later. My automatic every morning start goes again at 6. Didn't think it'd be too much of an issue, and it wasn't. Truck started up no problemo.
Yeah, I could just see you trying to jam that cord in there with the cap on.
No, that wasn't. I couldn't even get I didn't even try to take the cap off, because the angles of it, I wouldn't be able to plug it in anyway because of how it was clipped into the back of the bumper. And I just could not for the life of me get this figured out by touch and the little bit of lighting I had. So yeah, it wasn't a great look, but hopefully you had some struggles.
So you had your flashlight on your phone in there trying to get it going?
Yeah, like I'm peering in. I'm borderline lying down on the ground to look underneath the bumper instead of just through the couple gaps in the front of it. And I just had no luck at all. I was like, I can't figure this out at this exact moment. Try again tomorrow.
Well, I was so surprised yesterday. I went out for a little, because I've never really needed to use or look at having a remote starter. And I've got the beautiful Dodge Durango from St. Albert Dodge.
Mm-hmm.
And I never need it, garage to here in the morning, and that's
Right.
about it. Oh, I thought I was out, and I thought, well, what does this little button do? Little bang, bang, bang. Automatic starter,
I'm
remote starter.
surprised you figured that out all by
I was
yourself,
too,
because for the remote starts on most fobs, it's a little like sequence. I mean, you press the lock button and then the start button a couple times or something, and you figured it out all on your own.
Believe you me, Duke. I'm not kidding. I was shocked when that thing started up. I was like, did
Good
I
for you,
really do
Kev.
this?
Way
Did
to-
I really? So thanks to Al and Brad, everybody at St. Albert Dodge for the Durango, and it just chewing up this on the slushy roads when it gets cold. Oh man, this thing's a beast. It's outstanding out there. Text 833-401-1440. Doug Jones says, "Hey Kevin, I watched that game last night from start to finish. I'm not sure of your spelling here, Doug. It was probably. I think he's just saying USA was that much better than Canada last night. Then he talks about maybe some players were left off behind for some reasons, but Canada definitely looking for gold. He says, depending on the defensive game, I think that is off last night. Well, I mean, you allow 10 games, your defensive game is off." Doug Jones. Rockford says, when do the Rangers start talking about retooling that roster? Well, I mean, again, you think about where the Rangers are, they're basically in the same boat as the Devils, Canadians, the Flyers, the Penguins, the Islanders for that matter. I mean, you got to be careful here. I think there's going to be less movement this year moving up to the trade deadline because of so many teams are into it. So many teams are involved here. The Rangers are right there. They went on a little bit of a run. They had a terrible start, as everyone knows. They didn't score on home ice forever. Their play at MSG leaves something to be desired. They get on the road, and they're obviously a lot better away. They're 12. They have the best road record in the business. They're 12-5-1 on the road. They're 3-8-3 at home. So that has to change. They have to get better at home. Coming up on the big program, we will switch gears and talk a little Thursday night football matchup. As Duke was saying, he tried to get every Tampa Bay reporter, anyone that covers the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the show, but no one would talk to him last night. So we got Josh Kendall from The Athletic, covers the Falcons. And there's so many storylines with the Falcons too, really, when you think about their plot moving forward with Michael Penix Jr. had the knee surgery. What are they going to find? What are they end up going to do with Kirk Cousins? There are so many things. And I actually predicted, and Duke will say, I thought that the Falcons could be a team that pushed Tampa Bay for the division title. And they were right there. They were there at the start of the year, but the last 8 games they've sucked. They've been terrible. So Josh Kendall will join us right after the break. We got our double barrel shotgun hockey insiders with Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet, Frank Saravalli from Frankly 8 o'clock hour. Cheryl Pounder has mentioned, the 2-time Olympic gold medalist. Did the game last night here in Edmonton. We'll get her thoughts on where this women's team is. Laddie Schmid will be by around 9:30, co-hosting till 11. And then we got Helene St. James from the Detroit Free Press, covers the Red Wings after their win last night, and of course playing the Oilers tonight at Rogers for a 7 o'clock puck drop. When we come back, we will check in with Josh Kendall from The Athletic, covers the Atlanta Falcons. It's the Kevin Carey Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
For Selly hockey fans, your partner in power just skated onto the ice.
EWEL.ca, the new e-commerce website for electrical wholesalers Edmonton, is ready for the power play 24/7, 365.
UL skates to where the puck will be in 5 years. Now that's forward thinking.
Killer selection, slamming products from the best brands, and legendary service.
Don't sit on the bench. Get your account today at EWEL.ca and win that project.
Plug into your partner in power. Get an EWEL.ca account today.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. December is here. Christmas shopping, Christmas wrapping, Christmas baking, grocery shopping. Cool. Does it need tires? It's not running? No problem. We got you covered. At Northgate GM, we have a tremendous selection of newer used vehicles, winter tires at cost, and of course, service with a smile. Come in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Whether you're a craft beer connoisseur or more of a wine aficionado, there's always something new to discover at Sherbrooke Liquor, a unique, family-owned, independent liquor store. The selection, incredible. The non-alcohol section is also very impressive. Sherbrooke Liquor, expert, knowledgeable staff with a passion for unique finds. More than just a liquor store, we're a community. Alberta's best, the one and only Sherbrooke Liquor. Wine, spirits, and oodles of beer. Visit SherbrookeLiquor.com.
December Oil Kings hockey at Rogers Place. Family fun that's second to none, starting at just $20 a seat.
Family Fun Sunday, your Edmonton Oil Kings face the Brandon Wheat Kings. Enjoy the Kids Fun Zone, face painting, and bouncy castles.
Have your photo taken with Santa on the concourse and receive a printed copy with a donation to Santa's Anonymous.
Plus, there'll be a pregame mini locker room sale just in time for the holidays.
Oil Kings, Wheat Kings, photos with Santa, 4 p.m. this Family Fun Sunday.
Great seats at Rogers Place start at only $20 at oilkings.ca.
Planning your next event? Let Loca Quality Market cater. From made-to-order meals to gourmet platters to full chef tasting experiences, they make entertaining effortless. Visit loca.ca to start planning today.
If you're looking for non-stop sports coverage, tune into Sports 1440, Edmonton's only sports radio station.
24/7 coverage comes at you with expert commentary, in-depth analysis,
and so much more.
We are Sports 1440.
Heard of Uline? You know, the have-it-all in-stock, ready-to-deliver shipping and industrial supply specialists. The company that does things for you that are unheard of, like keeping 41,000 items in stock in our own warehouses. With customer service reps on the line to get you what you need, when you need it, 24/7, 365, every time. Maybe you heard it here first. Want to hear more? Visit uline.ca. ULINE, your shipping and industrial supply specialists.
From the local rinks to homes and businesses across the province, Alberta's rural natural gas utilities are here to fuel life affordably, reliably, and safely. We're members of the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops, providing natural gas to keep our rural neighborhoods warm and connected every day. It's local, dependable, and it's ours. To learn more about the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops and our members, and how natural gas fuels your community, visit fedgas.com. Alberta's energy. Game on.
Portions of this hour are brought to you by Nectar.io, transforming field data into boardroom insights. Nectar.io is the all-in-one solution for your fleet, safety, time tracking, and materials management needs. Nectar.io, your business made better.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 7:21 in Edmonton. A chilly minus 23. Chilly minus 23 on a Thursday morning. But we're going to talk a little NFL football, where right now in Tampa Bay, I'm sure the weather is just fine. It's going to be great for the Thursday nighter against Atlanta Falcons in Tampa Bay. Duke is just lining up Josh Kendall from The Athletic. No Drake London for the Falcons tonight. Mike Evans looking to return for Tampa Bay. As we talk a little NFL Thursday night football with Josh Kendall from The Athletic. Morning, Josh. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Well, it's a little chilly up here, Josh. I think we're like minus 23, 24 today, which is about minus 9 or 10 Fahrenheit. How's that sound for you down there?
I'm headed toward about 65, 70 in Tampa, so that sounds better, frankly. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I wish we were down there with you, Josh, for sure. So we got the Thursday nighter here. No Drake London again for the Falcons. Mike Evans looks to return for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What do you make of this Thursday nighter where, again, the Falcons are just playing out the string here, but lots on the line for Tampa Bay here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking that the league, wishes they could have or would have flexed this sucker out, frankly. Tampa Bay has lost, I believe, is it 4 or 5? This is not a team that comes in hitting on all cylinders. Not as interesting a group as it was the first half of the first 6 weeks of the year, I guess. But they do have a lot on the line. Carolina, surprisingly, is breathing right down their necks. The Falcons, they're playing for jobs now. They're playing to try to convince their owner, Arthur Blank, that they ought to give this staff, which is in its second year, a third year. So you're looking for competency. You're looking for not what they did last week, 4 days ago, against Seattle, which was get outscored 31-3 in the second half.
Josh Kendall with us on Sports 1440. So no Drake London once again for the Falcons, as you know, Josh. How serious is this in the sense would they just shut him down for the rest of the year?
They are trying hard not to say we're just going to shut him down, because they're trying again to say we're competing. We're going to still go out there. This is part of our core ethos that we compete, and if our guys can play, they're going to play. And so I think it's about presentation as much as anything. I think that there is absolutely a real possibility that we don't see Drake London the rest of the year. But the Falcons aren't necessarily going to say that. Raheem Morris said yesterday that the knee was not firing, like they had thought it might be at this point, whatever that means. Drake London is an absolutely excellent player. Even though he has started to get some run this year, I still think he's underrated. You have got to protect and preserve this guy's knees at all costs. I don't see a lot of value in bringing him back if there's any question about it. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see him, but I don't think the Falcons are going to say, you're not going to see him.
When you look at this Atlanta season, Josh, I mean, did it all really, really go downhill after that loss to the Patriots when they had an opportunity to knock off the Patriots, lost 24-23, I believe, in week 9? Was that where it just from then on just has all gone downhill?
I don't even know if you can pinpoint it that specifically because there have been moments, it's just been littered with moments that were troubling. I think about week 3 against Carolina. You're coming off a nice win. You're starting to feel a little good about yourself. You go to Carolina against a team that hadn't won a game and, was kind of down on itself, and you lose 30-0. You are uncompetitive. That, for me, was a real red flag. Then you come out 3 weeks later and you beat Buffalo and you look great. But right after that game, you start talking about how you've arrived or not arrived, but saying, yes, we're a good team. This is who we are. We're going to go out and we're going to get on a roll now and show everybody. And then you lose 5 straight, including that Patriots game. So you can credit this game, you can credit this team at times with continuing to fight despite hard circumstances. But you can also find moments throughout the season, before that Patriots game and since, where that hasn't been the case. And that's the troubling part.
Josh Kendall with us on Sports 1440, the Kevin Karius Show. It's 7:26 in Edmonton. When you look at Michael Penix Jr. and when he suffered the knee injury and then had the surgery, how much did that take out of the wind of the sails of this team moving forward as the season progressed here, Josh?
I don't think you can blame the Penix injury on taking the wind out of the sails because if you were around this team, the wind was kind of already out of the sails. They had, Penix was coming off of a very frustrating performance in Germany for him. They still played, the Colts right up to the wire, but Penix was not playing the way he wanted to. The offense was not playing very well, even when he was in there. So it's not like, all of a sudden things were going great and then Penix left and it fell apart. There were issues even before that. So while the Falcons coaching staff can point to the Penix injury and say, look, we lost our starting quarterback who we think is really great. If you look at it from the ground level, it wasn't really great even when he was in the lineup. So I don't think that's, you can't pin all the Falcons' problems on the Penix injury. They might try to do that, but no, that's not reality.
The contract for Kirk Cousins, Josh, how long will this continue to be like an anvil around the neck? When do you think they can get away from this contract?
I think they get out of it in the offseason. It'll cost them about $35 million dead money over the course of 2 years, but that's cheap compared to what they would have to pay him if they keep him around, which is he would be a $57.5 million salary cap hit each of the next 2 years on this current contract. I don't think the Falcons had any expectation of him playing the final 2 years of this contract, regardless of how it turned out. I think if he had played well, they would have tried to restructure it to keep him around. Now, the fact that he hasn't played great down the stretch, I'm not sure he wants to continue, this relationship himself. I think they, part ways in the offseason. Kirk goes and tries to find a spot where he can be a starter, end his career on a little bit higher note, and the Falcons move on and wash their hands, take the dead salary cap hit, move on.
The Athletics' Josh Kendall with us on Sports 1440, the Kevin Karius Show. You mentioned that game earlier in the season with Carolina where they were blasted 30-0. For the most part, Josh, would you say, and save the Seattle game last week, they've been in pretty well every game here. They've had the opportunities. They've had chances to, maybe pick up a W instead of a loss. Does that shed some optimism, some hope moving forward here?
could, absolutely. And I think that how they play down the stretch will kind of be the tiebreaker because, like I say, there have been moments each way. I think that Atlanta will sell, Raheem Morris will sell those moments to Arthur Blank and hope Arthur Blank doesn't see the other moments, which is why I do think that these final 4 games are so important for Atlanta because, like I say, they can be the tiebreaker. Right now, you've got a little bit of something in both columns. Yes, they're continuing to fight column and I don't know, it looks like the wheels are coming off column. So I think these next 4 games provide an opportunity for this coaching staff and the players. So, these NFL players are sort of always adding to their resume. The tape is their resume. So I think it's important for the people in their building how they play in these last 4 games.
Personnel-wise on defense, I think the team has to be ecstatic with their 2 first-round draft picks from 2025 and Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. What kind of future do these top 2 picks have on the defensive side of the ball, Josh?
Certainly very high. Their entire rookie class, they're at least their first 4 picks, all defensive guys, Xavier Watts and Billy Bowman, although Bowman is out for the year with Achilles, and you never know how that's going to go. Those 4 picks have been the real highlight of this season. Watts is a good player too, but Walker and Pierce have been really good for rookies. Other than a few really dynamic exceptions, rookie pass rushers often take a while to start accumulating numbers. So the fact that these 2 guys lead all rookies in sacks, the fact that James Pierce has had a sack in 5 straight games, is very encouraging. And if they can stay on this path, I think that these 2 guys have got a chance to, however we look back at 3 years and how this thing shook out, it has a chance to say, that was the start of something because they got those 2 guys and look what they're doing now.
When you look at each player, maybe just describe their dynamic, how much each player is a little different, similar, and what they offer to this pass rush.
Walker is the, future team captain, plug and play, can play a little middle linebacker, really plays the run really well. You won't you hope your daughter, brings home a young man like him to Thanksgiving dinner. Pierce is more athletic, dynamic, off the edge, more of a wild card in terms of his draft evaluation, in terms of what people thought he was going to be or could be, in terms of his work ethic and all of that. The Falcons have been they put a lot of work into figuring that part out for themselves, and they've been very pleased with what they've gotten from him. Couldn't be more complimentary. So they are different personalities, but complement each other, but have become pretty, close friends and complement each other, I think, both on the field and off the field.
Would you say setting that first rounder to the Rams for the pick is well worth it at this point?
No, I don't think you can say, despite how good I think James Pierce could be, that's going to end up being a top 10 pick. It could be even higher than that. The Falcons, you can't say, yes, this is a home run, this is a no-brainer. Although, I'll say, if you get a guy who is an all-pro pass rusher for a number of years, you would say, yes, that's worth a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
But right now, when we're sitting in the 2026 and everybody's up there talking about the first round of the draft, they're going to say, can you believe what the Falcons did?
Mm-hmm.
They gave up the number 7 pick, which the Rams are now using to get X, Y, and Z. And, James Pierce is still, his full potential is still unknown.
Josh Kendall with us on Sports 1440. On the offensive side of the ball, obviously with Bijan Robinson, you have one of the most dynamic running backs. What would you see ceiling, limits, the future looks for a guy like Bijan Robinson, Josh?
The future is, offensive player potential is certainly offensive player of the year, potentially MVP type guy, face of the league, the guy that, because he's such a great person off the field. I think that the future, there is no real ceiling for Bijan on the field or off the field. He's got to get there, but he's probably going to post a career high in scrimmage yards this year. So he keeps sort of getting better in the big things and the little things. He leads the league in scrimmage yards. Like I say, he is a dynamic personality off the field. I think he absolutely could be a star, in this league for a long time, and sort of, the guy who ends up hosting, a game show or one of these, we see these guys are spinning off into other stuff now. Bijan's one of those guys.
Where are you at with Kyle Pitts, Josh? I mean, every year we keep saying the same thing, waiting for this guy to break out. Hasn't happened yet. Where are you with him?
He's a big resume month for him. He's played pretty well the last two games. He has flashed in the last 2 games the stuff that people wanted from him, which is a big guy. It's hard to cover him because he's so fast and because he's got arms, kind of Inspector Gadget arms. If you've got an accurate quarterback, he is a treasure on third down if he's playing the way that he can play, the way that he's played snap in snippets the last couple of weeks. So I think that he has done enough tantalizing things that he's going to get a second contract somewhere. I'm very interested to see where it's going to be for sure.
Mm-hmm. And one last one for you with Raheem Morris. What do you think his future lies ahead? Is his seat hot? Where are you at with Raheem Morris, Josh?
Certainly his seat is hot. How hot, I don't know. That's up to Arthur Blank, who really likes him. But, he's got to put something on tape these last 4 games. I really believe that, to give Arthur Blank a reason to bring him back.
Mm-hmm. Well, hey, Josh, thanks very much for this. I wish you could come up here and enjoy some of our weather instead of down in Tampa.
Yeah, while I appreciate the offer, I think I'm going to keep heading south.
Thanks a lot. Enjoy the game tonight and have a great holiday season. Thanks a lot, Josh.
Same to y'all.
That's Josh Kendall from The Athletic. Covers the Falcons. Kind of got that dry southern sense of humor, Duke, you think, eh? A little bit of a drawl there,
Josh was really liking the drawl.
Yeah.
He was a big fan.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's on his way from Atlanta. I don't know how far of a drive that would be from Atlanta to Tampa Bay.
Well, he's heading to the airport.
Was he going to the airport?
Yeah, airport, and then flying.
Wasn't sure exactly.
I think that'd be a pretty far drive because obviously the 2 states border each other, and Atlanta's on the south side of Georgia. But Tampa Bay's pretty far down the peninsula and over across on the other side. Right?
For sure. So, plus, I mean, the traffic.
Forget trying to get out of Atlanta.
Forget about it. Yeah,
right.
Forget about it. So, when I was just looking at a couple mock drafts, so the Rams right now would pick top 10, as he said. I mean, that could change, correct, Duke? I mean, I see a mock draft that Field Yates has on ESPN. The Rams would look at Caleb Downs, a safety out of Ohio State. So, I don't know. I mean, you never know what you're going to get, right? And so far, the 2 players that they drafted, and Pierce has been good. So, but a top 10 pick, I don't think the Rams ever thought that would be happening when they made that deal last year. When we come back, we'll get to some of your texts. We will also check in with Leon Draisaitl, his availability yesterday following the Oilers practice at the downtown community arena. That's all straight ahead on the Kevin Carey Show with the Duke of Delburne and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Aloha Edmonton, it's back. Century Vision Care's 4th annual Maui Christmas event on Friday, December 12th from 9 to 5. Century Vision Care, Edmonton's biggest Maui gym retailer, is bringing the island spirit to your holiday shopping. Enjoy in-house savings on all prescription and non-prescription Maui gyms, plus giveaways, prizes, snacks, and beverages all day. Same-day eye exam appointments are available, and they direct bill most insurance plans, but spots are filling fast. Get ahead on your Christmas list and treat yourself to a new pair of Maui gyms. Visit Century Vision Care on Instagram.
Come for Canada's largest trade shows, the biggest names in entertainment, exhilarating sporting events, and more. And stay for the experience at the Edmonton Expo Centre. Looking for the perfect place to host your next big event? From trade shows to galas, meetings, and concerts, the Edmonton Expo Centre has the space, event expertise, and service to make your next event unforgettable. With over 522,000 square feet of flexible event space, in-house catering, and operational expertise, they bring your biggest vision to life. Learn more at EdmontonExpoCenter.com today.
He's a winner. Sweet. She's a winner too.
Great.
Everyone's a winner during Wish and Win at Wolf GMC Buick. Every single customer is guaranteed at least a $500 bonus with a chance to save up to $25,000 towards a new GMC or Buick. At Wolf GMC Buick, we also have 0% financing up to 84 months on most of our popular SUVs and trucks. And we're clearing out remaining 25s, including cash discounts up to $10,000 on a great selection of Sierra HDs. 90 seconds east of the Henday. Wolf GMC Buick, where everyone wins.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 15% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until December 13th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
I'm Gene Principe, bringing season's heatings from Legacy Heating and Cooling. For Yuletide comfort you'll love this Christmas. You should.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
There's no better way to fix your furnace. You just...
Call Legacy.
They're professional, never rude, Dolph. You should.
Call Legacy. Call Legacy.
Plus, no interest and no prince of payments for 1 year when you buy with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for lifting and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
Hey, you know winter is really freaking cold, right? So play it smart. Don't get caught freezing in your car with your pants down and no power. At Big Toy Shop right now, lead-acid batteries are just $129. $129 is a great price for a good start. Big Toy Shop. Power up and save some bucks at Big Toy Shop, 8315 Argyle Road, 780-298-2797.
Kevin Karius Show, breaking down Edmonton's favorite teams, even though his favorite Junior A hockey team is the Yorkton Terriers. Thanks for checking in with Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 742 in Edmonton, still a chilly minus 23. It ain't getting much warmer today. It's going to probably stick around that, and looking for a low of minus 27 tonight in the city of Champion. It's cold tonight and tomorrow. Maybe a little bit warmer for the weekend, but still, this is going to be our first blast. Our first blast of minus mid 20s. Text line 833-401-1440. We asked about how long of a drive it would be from Atlanta to Tampa Bay. Matt said it's an 8 to 9 hour drive. I just checked. It's 6.5 hours, Matt. But I can't imagine what that highway would be like. 10 lanes going, just blasting each way. Jordy texts in and says, I bet the Panthers get a huge boost when Tkachuk gets back, whenever that is. Oilers better step up their game. Tyler said, as a Rams fan, I absolutely love this. The trade that they made for the draft pick last year between the Rams and the the Atlanta Falcons. What's extra sweet though, we still get to play them this year. Knock that draft pick up even higher. Imagine if it's a top 5, Duke. That would be insane. The mock drafts have quarterbacks going pretty high, though, do they not? I kind of looked at Field Yates. He's got, what is it, Mendoza guy?
Mendoza, Dante Moore, I think are the top 2 guys in the class right now. There's several quarterback-needy teams, right? And we've seen this trend that even if quarterbacks maybe aren't necessarily top 5 picks, they will go there because the teams can't afford to wait and take a flyer on someone else later in the class. So, like, to me, watching guys like Mendoza, I actually think Moore might be the better quarterback playing out of Oregon. Watching him play, like, do I think that? And I kind of thought the same thing last year with Cam Ward. I'm like, is this a number one overall pick caliber quarterback? Well, definitely not when you compare to maybe Joe Burrow, even what Baker Mayfield accomplished at OSU, right? Or at OU, excuse me. But it's just the way the league works. Quarterbacks are prioritized in such a way that they're going to go off the board early, and those two guys will probably be the first two names.
Oilers take on the Detroit Red Wings tonight. The Red Wings beat the Calgary Flames last night 4-3 after leading 4-0 in the third period. The Red Wings hung on to win their third straight on the road. They improved to 17-11-3, first place in the Atlantic Division. The two teams have identical 79.8% penalty kill units. The power play, well, pretty good for the Oilers. They're third ranked in the league, 36. The Detroit Red Wings at 23.5, number 8 overall in the league. Leon Draisaitl is 6 points shy of 1,000 in his NHL career. When you think about Leon's last, well, I mean, his whole career has been fabulous, let's be honest. But after that 2016-2017 season and then the one to follow, that's when he really started humming along. 105 points, 110, had 84 in 56 games the following year. 110, 128, 106, 106. He'll be pushing, for another 100-point season this year. He's got 38 points in 30 games. So he's got to kind of get it going here a little bit to get another 100-point season. But he's 6 points shy of 1,000. He's got Colson riding shotgun with him on left wing. Mark Spector did an article on Colson yesterday. We'll talk about that with Spec, but maybe to us because we were singing Put Colson Sprays yesterday, saying maybe he's got 20 goals in him this year. Following yesterday's skate, Leon Draisaitl had this post-practice media availability.
I guess start with the home standoff with a win.
Yeah, very important. Thought we, played well for the most part on this homestand. So be nice to, finish it off with a win and get on the road.
It was last night was just a matter of trying to find your legs in the first two periods. Looks like you obviously found them in the third.
Yeah, I think we were just maybe a little sluggish and not all there, maybe mentally and physically. So obviously we'll take the point, and it's a good sign that we're able to come back. But obviously don't want to put yourself in that situation.
I'm going to ask you a question about facility for Colson. A guy comes over from Europe. He's a top-line player, a top-line draft pick, I should say. There's a ton of pressure in the Canadian city. You found your footing here as a top-line guy. He's found his footing here in maybe not quite that role. Can you take us back to being a kid coming over here?
Yeah, I mean, the game is a lot different. It takes a lot of time sometimes to come over here and adjust. And you see it a lot throughout the league. Sometimes guys just take a little bit longer to really find what they are and who they are. And he's obviously always a talented player, but I think he just molded his game into being a super effective two-way player that guys love playing with. I certainly do. And very fortunate to have him on our team.
Do you think we know what he is yet?
I don't think you want him to change, to be honest. I don't want him to change. I want him to be this, but I think there's more offensively still, but you can see it. I think even this year to last year, he's got a lot more puck touches, a lot more carrying the puck through the neutral zone. And, I think there's more for him to have for sure.
Yeah, and you're approaching a pretty special milestone in 1,000 points. Have you kind of thought about that, or what would that mean for you to get there, knowing how excited everyone else was for Connor?
Yeah, I mean, certainly something that I never thought would be possible. Something that was only truly a dream. So, to be closing in on that and hopefully being able to achieve that in the near future, something that is hard to explain. Obviously, there's a lot of people that help along the way. A lot of people that understand who you are and want the best for you. And we'll see. I'm excited.
you've almost doubled the points of the last German-born player, I guess. Does that mean anything to you that you being a German player to be able to do this?
No, I don't want to, start a competition with other Germans or whoever. I am the player I am. I want to, have the best career that I can possibly have, as in team success, as also in individual success. And I don't compare myself to anyone, nor do I want to. Those are all amazing hockey players. But I try to write my own history, my own story. So, yeah.
Is this something you could enjoy in the moment, or something that you look back on after your career is over?
Well, I'm going to try and enjoy it in the moment, of course. Sometimes those moments can be hard to enjoy because you're in the heat of the moment. You never know how that specific game is going to go. Sometimes, the situation of the game. But I'm certainly going to try to enjoy it. But I think that's certainly something that comes after the game and potentially years later.
Leon Draisaitl following the Oilers practice yesterday at the downtown community arena. And yeah, there's something to be said when you have, one of the top players giving glowingly reviews about a person and a player that he wants to ride shotgun with. And I mean, the contract extension for Vasily Podkolzin. I'm sure Leon Draisaitl was asked, "What do you think about this?" And he's like, "I love playing with this guy." I'm after yesterday's show when Duke brought it up as an in or out. I'm all in on Podkolzin pushing for 20 goals this year. I mean, he's got a lot of work to do. He needs to pot a couple here in a row, but he's been hot. But he's playing with Leon Draisaitl, and the opportunities they're endless. And when you have a guy that makes under $3 million a year, that is going to be, Leon Draisaitl's left winger moving forward, you can't beat that. Think about the Detroit Red Wings coming in here. And you can take it up a step even further. And we'll discuss this with Helene St. James of the Detroit Free Press later in the show. They have a guy on the first line that no one ever thought would be making the team this year. Like not even remotely close, in Emmett Finney. Emmett Finney's been playing a lot of the season with Dylan Larkin and Lucas Raymond. Now, when you think of that, so what does that tell you? I mean, this is a 20-year-old player from Lethbridge who played in the Western League. He's a 20-year-old hockey player. And he's on the top line. He's a 7th-round draft pick out of Kamloops. Played in Grand Rapids, just 13 games total. But this is a guy that went into camp and said, "I'm making this team." He's a big body. Where are those crickets coming from? You guys I don't know if our listeners can hear. We've had crickets come in and
Josh proposed that he wonders if this might be a prank on us from
Pete
Panotsky or something. He put some sort of little sound machine somewhere here under the desk or something. That'd be a great prank.
Sure it would.
Because it will set my teeth on edge here if I hear it
I don't
a matter
think our
of a few more
listeners,
times.
Is it loud enough to go over?
No. It would. I think if you weren't talking, they might be able to pick it up, but otherwise, I'm not sure.
So for the listeners, again, so it's been 3 or 4 times. I wasn't sure what the first one was. This is the third one, and it's just crickets going 3, 4, 5 times. I thought I heard it in my ear, Duke, in my ear, just in the studio. And now we got Fenny Fenwick just looking around things as well. No, I don't even know what the hell I was talking about anymore there. Yeah. Emmett Finney and Fenny. Fenny's out, Finney's in. So, I mean, this is a player, that is basically came out of nowhere. That everyone in the Detroit Red Wings organization would have said, "You're starting the year in Grand Rapids, man. You're not even close to making this team." He makes the team come out of camp. He's played 31 games. He's got 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. And, he had a really good start. He's up there when you look at rookie scoring leaders. I mean, it's not like he is at the top of the table with the likes of Beckett, Seneca, and others, but he's right in the mix at T7. He's got He's with Levshinov. He's got 1 point less than Oliver Kapanen out of Montreal. I mean, Demidov's got 23. Everyone knew who Ivan Demidov was going into the season. Everyone knew who Matthew Schaefer was going into the season. Most people, I would imagine, and everyone knew who Beckett Seneca is, and he's got 26 points. There isn't anyone in the world that knew who the hell Emmett Finney was outside of Kamloops and Lethbridge. He's on the top line in Detroit. You're going to see him tonight at Rogers Place. Coming up, top of the hour, we got Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet. He'll be followed by Frank Saravalli from Frankly Hockey and Victory Plus TV. We will dissect that Canada-USA rivalry series game last night at Rogers Place, where it was just all United States, 10-4, the final, with two-time Olympic gold medalist and hockey analyst Cheryl Pounder. Vladislav Schmid will join us at 9:30ish, and then we got Helene St. James from the Detroit Free Press, covers the Red Wings. We will preview Detroit's side of things when it comes to tonight's tilt at Rogers Place. Before all that, time now for a Sports 1440 update. We'll learn more about how we can help your business automate processes, streamline operations, and save money at Nectar.io. That is Nectar.io, your business made better. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Four games in the NHL last night. Connor Bedard, 2 points. Spencer Knight, 21 saves as the Blackhawks flight the Rangers 3-0. Detroit beating Calgary 4-3. Mammoth falling to Florida 4-3. And the Kraken topped the Kings in the nightcap 3-2 in overtime. Canada and the USA playing a rivalry series game last night at Rogers Place. Was a goal fest. 10-4 the final. The Americans take it. They'll play again Saturday night from downtown Edmonton. NBA Cup quarterfinal action. Thunder keep rolling with a rout of the Suns, 138-89, and the Spurs advance to play OKC in the semis with a 132-119 win over the Lakers. From the CFL, the Hamilton Tiger Cats extending quarterback Bo Levi Mitchell on a 2-year deal. This past year, Mitchell led the league in passing yards and touchdowns and was an MOP finalist for the second straight season. In case you missed it, Michigan football surprisingly firing head coach Sharon Moore for what they released as an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Moore was then taken into custody last night in Ann Arbor for an alleged assault. Coming up in hour 2 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Sportsnet's Mark Spector and Frank Saravalli from Victory Plus TV. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
We want orange. Give us the orange. We want orange. Bring back the orange.
You got it, Canada. Booster Juice orange smoothies are back by popular demand. The original, the marathon, and orangesicle smoothies are back and bursting with tangy zest of oranges. They're Canadian favorites. Orange, you glad they're back? Only for a limited time. So squeeze the day, smoothie lovers, and head to a Booster Juice near you now. Booster Juice. Canadian born, blending since 1999.
Is your company drowning in paperwork and administrative tasks? Do you need more data to make better decisions? Nectar.io is your company's all-in-one solution for fleet and materials management, safety, time cards, and GIS-based project management. Now is the time to capture and transform field, site, and shop data into boardroom-level business intelligence, all with one login. Visit Nectar.io to book a demo today. Nectar.io, your business made better.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Black Friday deals continue at The Brick. And until December 11th, you can save big in every department. Save up to $1,000 off sectionals, up to 40% off mattresses, and up to 30% off furniture. Plus, buy more, save more. Up to an extra $300 off select major appliances. It's your last chance for Black Friday deals. See thebrick.com for details and exclusions. The Brick, saving you more.
Picture this. You're sleeping and you're awake, but it's a good day because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. But with this, you can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce. A happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee, still just $1 plus tax every day, and see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada, prices exclude delivery.
Dairy is a beautiful place, but things do happen from time to time.
Crave is the exclusive home of groundbreaking originals, including It, Welcome to Derry, the much-anticipated new series from the world of Stephen King. Go back to where it all began.
There's something bad here in Derry.
It, Welcome to Derry. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 8 o'clock in a chilly Edmonton on a Thursday morning. Time for On the Mark, brought to you by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. It is a December to remember. You can save thousands on new and pre-owned inventory heading into the new year. We got a great month going on here, so it's a great selection, great people, superb people at NorthgateGM.com. Check them out. Ask for old Mikey Lowe. Maybe he'll buy you a coffee down there. As we welcome in Mark Spector from Rogers Sportsnet. Did Mikey buy you a coffee down there, Spec, when you went in and picked up your vehicle?
I never even asked. They got one of those killer coffee machines there. I usually have a couple before I even walk in his office.
Like, what are you're getting all the fancy ones, right? Or just straight
Oh,
coffee?
yeah. Oh, no, I'm not having just straight coffee. I'm having like a cappuccino and then maybe a latte, They always have a newspaper kicking around there. I'll read that first.
Really? When you were up in the press box, do you have a coffee or a tea? What do you have?
More tea now. It's not the caffeine. Like, I think I'm immune to caffeine at this stage of the game.
Yeah.
But, I used to drink coffee all night long, but I've kind of moved off of that. You?
Yeah, I have the tea always, but I put the honey in and it's all sticky on the sides, and then you got to wash your hand, and I don't know. I guess we're bitching about stuff that really isn't that bad, but they got the hot chocolate mix up there now too, Spec.
Yeah, that's always good. It's always good. I'm not, I don't know, like, I think they should have a cold beer up there is what they should have. Like, who watches the hockey game without a cold beer, right?
I would take a rum up there for sure.
Yeah, instead of a stupid tea. Who wants tea?
Yeah. A little Nicaraguan rum up there, that would be just
it's 9 at night. Let's have a rumble. What the hell?
perfect. Well, you must have been listening to our show yesterday, Spec, because we had about a 5-minute segment on Vasily Podkolzin, and we were talking about and singing his praises. I said yesterday that I'm betting on a guy that I think he can score 20 goals this year. I really do.
Well, he's got 6 so far in 30 games.
Yeah.
So that puts him on pace for around 15, but he's starting to come, right? He's starting to really, Draisaitl told me yesterday, he said, watch him. He's carrying it through the neutral zone more than he did last year. He's shooting the puck more than he did last year. I see that Leon's setting him up for some shots and seeming like Leon's encouraging this guy to be more of an offensive presence. And when your veteran, superstar centerman has that attitude, it should help grow your game too, right?
Well, and you think about his body type. And if you were to stand Vasily Podkolzin and Zach Hyman side by side, what are you looking at here, Spec? Very similar?
Yeah, pretty similar. I mean, he's 6'1". They list him at 6'1", 190.
Yeah.
I think that's accurate. I stood next to him many times. He's for sure 6'1". I can't tell you his exact weight, but he looks somewhere between 190 and 200. There's plenty of player there. Like, he's got good size.
What I was getting at,
skates,
yeah.
On a pair of skates, that guy'd skate right through you.
For sure. What I'm getting at is that you see the goal that he scored, the other night. You can't move him in front of the net, just like Zach Hyman. And how many goals did Zach Hyman score there? So, once Vasily Podkolzin figures out that he can score half as many goals as Zach Hyman in front, like doing what he did the other night, you're going to see him there all the time battling and fighting. So
But it's funny, like guys grow up scoring a certain way, and that's how they feel they have to score. And Podkolzin, I was at his World Junior. I was in Vancouver, and he looked every bit like a high first round pick there. He was maybe the best guy in the tournament, right at the top, like really, really good. And he was a guy who was power forward for sure. I remember I remember a goal he scored on a backhand drive, but he was a shooter. Like he's got this great shot, and he was unleashing this shot from everywhere. And you're right, yeah. Maybe you get to the NHL and you have to. Maybe he's not going to score from distance as often. It's hard to score from distance in this league, man. It's hard to score from 15, 20 feet out. Some guys still do, but it's hard to make a living at it. You got to be really special. You're right. And if you have an elite centerman who gets pucks to the net, if you have a guy that can furnish you with pucks in close the way Draisaitl can, maybe that's where he scores some goals, right in front of the cage.
Well, and his shot is good enough. Like he still can, like he's going to be able to score from distance here. He might need a split second more time to get it away, but his shot is good enough. And the guys that score from distance, I mean, they're putting it in a pie hole. They're putting it off the post and in. That's how good these guys are. Yeah. And I think his shot is good enough. It just he's the guy that the opportunities are going to get more and more and more because of the way he plays. That's just the simple fact.
Well, he will convert, like right now, and the since he came to Edmonton, Vasily Podkolzin will go get the puck, win the battle, and then figure out where 29 is and give him the puck. That's really what he's done. And eventually you come off of that. Eventually you hang on to the puck. Eventually you quit feeding it to Draisaitl when he's covered, and you take it to the net. And eventually you get a little more, not the word's not selfish, but you play a little smarter. You realize that it's not always the play to give it to Draisaitl. Often, but not always. So you know what? He's only 24.
I know.
And like I wrote him today, it's on sportsnet.ca. He could now, this was a guy who was, the typical kind of failed first round pick for Vancouver. 2 years ago when they had a 109-point season, he fell out of the mix, man. He was in the minors most of the season. They kind of forgot about him. And he's turned from that into a guy who could be a middle six winger for 32 teams. I mean, he could play for any team in this league, man. He's an NHL player all the way, and he's still young enough to get better, right? He's a third, second line guy. Who knows where this goes? But, who knows where his numbers go?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you were to say, I'm going to have a left winger with Leon Draisaitl for 3 more years at under $3 million, people would go, well, where do I sign up for that?
Yeah. A guy that Draisaitl loves playing with. So
I
know, good move by it was interesting talking to Stan Bowman yesterday, right? Rick Precy, his head of amateur scouting, was scouting for Philadelphia back in 2019, and they were very interested in Podkolzin, so he spent a lot of time watching him. And Precy loved him. Philly didn't get him, obviously. And then Jeremy Colleton, who coached for Bowman in Chicago, he was Podkolzin's head coach in Abbotsford. So when Bowman was looking into the player, he talked to both, obviously, his own scout, Precy, and he talked to Jeremy Colleton, said he wasn't working for Vancouver anymore. So what do you think of the player? And both guys said, man, this guy's a good player. We love this player. So, you know the right people, you make the right call, and it's got a sting in Vancouver because, as I wrote today, like the player he's turned into at Edmonton, Vancouver could use about 3 of those players.
And I think too, when Jack Roslovic gets back, I think that is going to be a hell of a line moving forward here.
Oh boy.
I think that is going to be just lights out because I've told you many times, Roslovic is that guy that doesn't defer totally to Leon. Just as you just said, it's not always the play.
So always
it is, but
yeah, no, how about that? So you go Nugent Hopkins, McDavid, and Hyman, and then you go back down to Podkolzin, Draisaitl, and Roslovic. And, now you figure out your third line, whoever that's going to be. But it's a nice top 6. It's a nice place to start. If you can get a little depth chemistry going, maybe you got forward lines you want going in the playoffs if you can only stay healthy.
Stay healthy, key. The other thing, too, I was going to mention just with the lines going into tonight, and I wasn't there yesterday. You were there. Trent Frederick took that puck up top in the
Yeah.
face. So just maybe let our listeners know about that, Spec.
I don't know. I don't know what the outcome is. We all watched him walk off the rink, with a towel on the side of his face. Looked like a cheek. It's it's funny. It's one of the things I love about our sport, hockey. Like, he gets hurt, and you go, "Uh-oh," he's hurt, and then you go, "Oh, it's okay. He only got a puck in the face." But he walked. I mean, listen, I'm knocking wood here. I hope it's not something serious like a broken bone. But if he just got a puck in the face and got a cut, he'll play tonight for sure.
Oh, no doubt.
We'll find out this morning. But he did. He got a puck in the face, and it was bleeding. It was blood, a lot of blood in the ice. He had to leave the game, practice. I get it, but I see no reason other than something really serious. I see no reason why I wouldn't play tonight.
Yeah. You mentioned too, like that can be a concern. Maybe there's something with a bone that more so than a cut too, though. So
no, that's different. Then it's then all bets are off here. But if it's just a cut, I never met a hockey player that wouldn't play with some stitches in his face. I think they kind of like that actually.
I do. Did you watch the Flames and Wings last night, Spec?
I did watch the Flames, a good chunk of the Flames and Wings last night, and the Flames are. I mean, this is when you're not that good. When you're total inconsistency. They rolled over. They're kind of like the Oilers. They rolled over for 40 minutes and then game came on gangbusters in the third. But the Flames can't do that. They're not a good enough team to pull those off there. They need a little bit of, I don't know what they need. They're an okay team. They're not that good. And if they come out flat, it's 4-0 before you know it. And Detroit cruised through the third period. But I like Detroit. McClellan's got something going there.
Well, we were talking about just a guy that no one had even heard of going into this year that's playing left wing on the number one line in Emmett Finney. Now, that's a hell of a story.
Right?
Oh, exactly. It's from Lethbridge. Played in Kamloops last year.
Yeah. No. Emmett Finney is a guy that, like, you'd have to scour the internet to find someone that had him in the top 10 in scoring among rookies this year.
Exactly.
And, he's pretty good. So what will we get tonight? Cam Talbot, I assume? Is he healthy?
Yeah, I would imagine Talbot plays after, John Gibson played last night. If you look at the goals against, like Detroit's near the bottom of the league in goals against, right? Both their goalies are well over 3 in goals against average. So there should be some offense tonight, Spec, I would think.
Well, you know what I would expect, like, it's funny. This is the last game of a homestand, and I know that players, everyone takes it one game at a time, and you don't get ahead, you don't think outside the box and all that rhetoric. But when you're wrapping up a homestand, this game really will have an effect on sort of the mental outlook on this homestand. You win this game, you got 7 of your last 8 points, you walk away going, hey, we had a good homestand, we played well throughout. This is a kind of game that gets, I think probably there's a segment ending around here. You get out on the road. This is an important game for Edmonton. This is a game that you want to clean things up. You want to say that the game against Buffalo was an aberration. I expect, will they win? Will they lose? We'll find that out. But what I do expect is a lot more concerted minutes out of the Oilers tonight than they gave you against Buffalo for sure.
Yeah. Another guy, Patrick Kane, he's coming down to the end of the line here, but he's still, he's got a couple of years left, I think. He's going to go down as, I don't know if he goes down as the number 1 United States born player. He's right up there. Like, when you think of his career, what do you think of, Spec?
What a good player. Won 3 cups for one.
Yeah.
Been a stalwart on the American, World Cup / Olympic team, the national team.
Yeah.
A smaller player, you know what? He has had injuries. Like, he had that hip resurfacing thing, and there's a lot of miles on that vehicle, man. He's played a lot of hockey, like big games, important series. I was lucky enough to follow those Blackhawks teams on the road in the playoffs, and, clutch, right? Just clutch. Like, they put him out there when they needed a goal, and damned if him and Duncan Keith and Jonathan Toews didn't offer, Patrick Sharp or Marian Hossa, right? Those guys would put a goal together, man, when the Blackhawks needed one. Ask the people in Vancouver about that. I mean, holy cow. Vancouver beat him once, but lost to him about 3-4 times. Holy man, he's been such a good player for so long.
It's been fun to watch him again, just and how he handles himself and and everything like that. I thought I wasn't sure if he was ever going to be other than a Chicago Blackhawk. To me, I just thought that that's what he was going to be for every the rest of his career. But I think he's handled himself and played quite well in Detroit here. I think he's
it is weird. Like, hey, you know what? We're coming up on Ryan Nugent-Hopkins' 1,000th game, all in the same jersey. Which in itself is, I mean, obviously no Oilers ever done it. I'd like to see the list of guys who did it. It can't be long. It can't be long. But you know what? Patrick Kane, good for him. Like some guys, it's not easy to go from a pretty much a dynasty they had some version of a dynasty they had in Chicago down to Detroit, where they haven't even been making the playoffs here, and still play as well as he's played. Like he's trying to drag this Detroit team up and put them in the playoffs and build something again at this stage in his career. Give him credit, man. He's been a good player in Detroit when he's healthy. And, I agree with you. When I think of Patrick Kane, I think of a Chicago Blackhawk.
Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to seeing him play tonight for sure.
Me too. Yeah. And we'll see you down at the rink, Spec. Thanks as always. Have a great rest of your morning. We'll see you down there tonight.
Sounds good, Kev.
That's Mark Spector from Rogers on the Mark, brought to you by, powered by, fueled by Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. This truck's for you. Check them out at northgategm.com. When we come back, Frank Saravalli from Victory Plus TV and Frankly Speaking on the Kevin Carey Show with the Duke of Delburne, and Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Today on Hey Culligan, how smart is your water? Here's Tracy.
Hey Culligan, I think my water might be dumb.
Good news, Tracy. Your water's not dumb. It's just not talking to you.
You can make my water talk.
No, but the new Culligan Smart Drinking Water System can talk to your phone to tell you when your water filters need changing and help you meet drinking water goals.
Now that's some brilliant H2O.
You said it, Tracy, and we're already on the way. Let us help you out with a free in-home water test from a local Culligan water expert at culligan.ca.
More Edmonton families than ever are struggling as food prices skyrocket. The Holiday Hamper Foundation provides festive meals for 2,000 homes in need. Your donation ensures a turkey is on the table for every family. Donate today at holidayhamper.ca.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 15% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until December 13th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. December is here. Christmas shopping, Christmas wrapping, Christmas baking, grocery shopping. What about our vehicle? Does it need tires? It's not running? No problem. We got you covered. At Northgate GM, we have a tremendous selection of newer used vehicles, winter tires at cost, and of course, service with a smile. Come in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Hey, sports fans, we've got a clear choice for you. At Crystal Glass, we provide customers with the perfect glass for any job. From home to auto and even commercial, installation or repairs, we're your team. Call 310 Glass or visit crystalglass.ca. Crystal Glass.
I'm Grant Fedork from Leading Edge Physiotherapy, and sadly, some people think orthotics are just glorified shoe cushions. But I've seen a runner drop 8 minutes off her marathon, a grandmother ditch her painkillers, and a 12-year-old nail her long jump, all thanks to custom foot orthotics. So if your feet are screaming for help, flat, high, or funky, that pain's heading to your knees, hips, even your lower back, our professionals will assess you and, if indicated, custom fabricate a pair of orthotics made just for you. Happy feet make a happy person. Feet shouldn't hurt. LeadingEdgePhysio.com.
The job won't wait. Why should you? At AWS Welding Supplies and Repairs, conveniently located in Nisku, we've got everything you need to get it done. From product sales to servicing and calibrating machines, we're your one-stop shop. We're a proud, locally owned and operated business, committed to serving our community with a proven track record of customer service. Don't let a broken tool slow you down. We offer fast repairs and free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, and South Edmonton. AWS Welding. We make it happen.
After 20 years, Canada's most prestigious international hockey tournament returns. The Camrose Viking Cup, December 28th to January 4th at Encana Arena. Tickets at vikingcup.ca. Brought to you by Sports 1440.
This Christmas, Subaru is proud to support the Little Warriors, a national charitable organization dedicated to protecting children, raising awareness, and helping survivors heal from the trauma of child sexual abuse. Join us for a Phil Forster event at Rally Subaru in Subaru City. We're collecting much-needed items like AAA batteries, art supplies, backpacks for kids, winter gear, and laundry essentials. Drop off your donations at either location and be entered to win a free detail package. Thank you for your support from Subaru.
Hard to believe it's already that time of year again. Time to get your festive aluminum pole at Metal Supermarkets, where the staff will be completing feats of strength to get your metal ready without any grievances. When your project needs a festive miracle, Metal Supermarkets offers in-house bending, often by the next day, plus metal cut to your exact specifications, fast. The convenience stores for Southside, West End, metalsupermarkets.com.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sport and Karius Show.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 8:20 in Edmonton, chilly. Edmonton minus 23, 27 below tonight. As it's time now for our headliner of the day, brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing, getting snakes deep, giving 110% day in and day out. For all your plumbing needs, go to mrrooter.ca as we welcome in Frank Saravalli from Frankly Speaking and Victory Plus TV. Good morning, Frank.
I don't want to rub it in, Kevin, but I have a couple buddies going out to play golf today here in PA.
Kidding. What's it like? We just had a guy on that's going to Tampa Bay for the game tonight.
That's a good spot to be. It's about 4 degrees here, not windy, so no snow on the ground, so you could play if you really wanted to.
Well, we've played here at Terra Pines, Frank, in January, but with the snow on the ground, it's just a little tougher here. But it's cold for the next couple of days. How come you're not going out? No time or what?
I look, this is the best way I can explain what my schedule is like. Do you remember the old Eagles coach, Dick Vermeil?
Yes, I do.
He knew it was time to hang it up when he found himself eating lunch while sitting on the toilet. And so that's essentially some days how I feel.
Well, at least you're making time for us, and we appreciate it, Frank.
Yeah.
Hey, I saw you and Butchie had your kind of Olympic Canadian forwards out yesterday. Pretty similar, right? Pretty similar.
Mm-hmm.
You still got Zach Hyman on your forward list?
I do, and I understood the conversation that we had. I asked him because he had Brandon Hagel and not Zach Hyman. Is Hyman redundant in the case of Hagel, given his ability to hunt pucks and do all the dirty things that make Zach Hyman so great? And he said yes, and I could understand that viewpoint for sure. I still think when you consider this season and how it's played out, it speaks to the value that Zach Hyman brings to the Edmonton Oilers. It speaks to the value that he can bring to Team Canada. And I thought that one aspect of their game is what was sorely missing at Four Nations. It's great to have all the skill in the world, and it's not that those guys don't work hard. It's just that Zach Hyman is the premier player in the world at what he does. And you need guys that are able to go and forecheck. And that's what makes him so special.
I've told you many times, Frank, I mean, since he arrived here, Hyman is a Oiler, and it's not even close. There'd be nothing that I would like to see more than to see him on this Olympic team. I just don't know if he's there yet.
You think his game has been missing this
I
so
do.
far?
Player that they will tell you, something will be said where, okay, are you favoring this? Are you worried about, a prior injury coming in? And, no one is going to say, yeah, I'm thinking about it, da. But I mean, there's just certain things that I see where he once was. Maybe he gets there once. Pardon me?
Give me an example.
I think when he's pushing off to create leverage in front of the net, I think he's concerned about where the opposition's coming at him, where he can maybe do the slightest things, the slightest move, where his maybe body stance, his weight transfer, where his arms are, they're not exactly in a comfortable position where they once were. That's number one for me. Second would be the shot right now. I don't think his shot is where he needs to have the wrist rolling on a wrist shot. Those would be the top two things for me. I mean, his legs are there. His heart, his desire will always be there. I just don't know if it's enough right now in the next, 3 weeks, I guess, for them to maybe make and pull the trigger.
Okay, so I'm with you and can understand your viewpoint. Now let's spin it forward. You've got 62 days until the Olympics.
Yeah.
What would your level of confidence be that over these next 2 months he can get there in order for you to make the pick?
Think about it too. Last year, Frank, as soon as the roster for Four Nations came out and he wasn't on it, what happened? He lit it up.
An absolute tear.
I mean, that would be the best thing that could happen, obviously, for Hyman, for the team, for everyone. I'm not saying that it won't happen, but I'm just right now for the team to be named, that would be my concern, and I would bet all the eyeballs are on those things that I just mentioned for the guys making the calls here.
So you would not have him on your team?
I wouldn't right now. No, I mean, he would have to do something here in the next, 20 days. Changes that opinion for me a lot. And again, I can't say how much it hurts me to say this because there would be nothing more for me than to see Zach Hyman on this team.
But that's what makes it such an honest and authentic assessment, which I appreciate. So when you're looking at the bottom of this Team Canada roster and you're trying to figure out, so there's 17 players have been picked already. Of the last 7 or 8, where are you leaning? Like, give me some idea on how you feel about Bedard, Celebrini, Wyatt Johnson, all those guys.
So for me, Bedard and Celebrini are on for sure. And Wyatt Johnson is making an extreme push, and he would be the guy that would be pushing Hagel out of the mix for me. But for me, I guess, like for you and Butchie, basically it's Hagel and Zach Hyman, correct?
No, it's more than that. I mean,
it's the other two or whatever.
We both had Tom Wilson on. How do you feel about him?
He's in too as well for me.
What about Suzuki and Scheifele?
I have those guys on as well. So for me, it's basically the Hagel angle.
What about Jarvis?
Jarvis is off for me.
Okay.
Yeah. So for me, I mean, you have Hyman. I guess Butchie's got Hagel. And for me, then I would be putting Wyatt Johnston into that mix of the three of those guys.
So this is one of the things that I found myself asking questions about after the fact.
Mm-hmm.
Is there too much recency bias involved in this selection process? Meaning, now conclusively leaving off Stone, Cirelli.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have Drew Doughty on or off?
I have him off.
Okay. And most have Hagel and Konechny off. That's a lot of changes in addition to the 2 goalies that are likely to be swapped out from 1 year ago when they won gold at Four Nations. Do you think, and this is where I'm really not sure, that this selection team, this management team has the interest in making that many changes, given that they were successful?
I'll give you that too, and I'll pony that with what Sid Crosby said about last year's Four Nations Cup team being a very cohesive, tight unit. I think that, would you say that too?
Yeah, I mean, think about the number of Stanley Cup winners that we're all collectively deleting. Sam Bennett, whether or not you have Cirelli on, Hagel, like all these guys are contributors in big time moments of games that I think it just adds a layer to the discussion that highlights how difficult it is to make these final choices. But I think you have to take Team Canada at their word. If you go to the orientation camp as Bedard and Celebrini did, and they say, go out and have an unbelievable year and we'll find a place for you, you can't ask for a better case than either one of those two have stated. And this whole notion and idea that they don't have big game experience, like they're 19 and 20 years old. Where are they supposed to get big game experience? The only way you get it is by playing in big games. And I'm not leaving those guys off.
No, I'm not leaving either of them off. And to be honest with you, and I know when you look at line projection, it's really early, and you try to piece and puzzle guys in, and everyone has Crosby with Nate McKinnon and things like that. To me, one of those guys, Celebrini or Bedard, one of them is playing with on that line or one of them's playing with McDavid.
Well, and that's why I had Celebrini in that spot with McKinnon and Crosby, because, okay, you want a bellyache about not having big game experience, put them with two of the biggest big game players you have. Not only that, but obviously Crosby is super defensively conscious, which Celebrini, for my money, if you look at the top 10 scorers in the NHL this season, he is the most defensively conscious of the top 10, which says a lot about him and the maturity in his game.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with Bedard. Like, oh, we might bring him as an extra forward, or maybe he's someone that comes off the bench if someone gets hurt. No, with all due respect to some of the other guys in the lineup, they couldn't dream of doing some of the things that Connor Bedard has done this season to carry the Chicago Blackhawks. By the way, playing with like no line mates. He's doing it all himself.
And these guys, no matter where they are slotted in, Frank, and they could be forwards 13 and 14. And if they are even on the fourth line and they play 6 minutes or 7 minutes or 8 minutes, whatever it is a game, they are going to be totally happy with that.
Totally happy and totally engaged, more to the point that if you're worried about Connor Bedard not making the extra effort or being conscious in his own end, like, I'm sorry, like I don't buy it. I think these guys are so wired and excited to be part of this that you're going to get every bit of attention to detail required to win.
Mm-hmm. Frank Saravalli with us from Victory Plus TV. I thought it was some interesting and honest comments from Vancouver coach Adam Foote yesterday regarding Quinn Hughes. Just saying that, that thought that it's creeping in, it's there. People in our room talk about it. We know about it. And it's not like they didn't. But normally a coach is a little more elusive when he answers a question like that. What did you make of it? And do you think things are speeding up, maybe on a Quinn Hughes possible trade on the horizon?
Well, a few things. One, Adam Foote is a former player. Two, he's also a dad of pro players of that age. So he gets what that is like for them and how that seeps into their human nature. And so I appreciated the honest comments, but what it left me feeling was, okay, this now needs to be addressed by team management in a public way to either quiet this down or if not, then pull the trigger. And I don't have any evidence. I've been asked this a million times. I don't have any evidence that the Canucks have engaged in authentic dialogue with another team about moving Quinn Hughes. I'm not saying it's impossible. I said no one has said to me to this point that Quinn Hughes is actually in play or that something is imminent. So if they're speeding it up, it would seem to go against every principle that they'd have, which is they're trying to win. They're trying to be more competitive. And I know that they're going to have to take a step back in order to take 2 steps forward. But the game plan is to retain Quinn Hughes and try and chase the competitive juice to win, not to delete and subtract. And so I'm a little bit at a loss for what's sort of been publicly presented and how authentic that is, but also understanding how when that has been publicly presented, it truly does and may impact the team.
Hey, with the American Olympic team, Connor Hellebuck is close to returning, started skating with the Winnipeg Jets, will be imminently back into the lineup. But Spencer Knight here standing on his head again here, Frank. Is he on one of your 3 guys?
So we're doing the Team USA rosters on today's show, and I would say that he is not on my list right now for Team USA. He's close, and I flirted with it, but in the end, I don't think the U.S. needs to make a goalie change on any of the 3 that went to 4 Nations. I've got Hellebuck, Ottinger, and if you look at their numbers this season, they're basically identical, even for Spencer Knight. His numbers with Swayman are within a hair. And given that Swayman's older, has done it on some, much larger scale with a bigger contract and sample size, I'm going with him instead of the younger guy in Knight.
It's fair. It's very fair. And I mean, they've got the 3 best goalies going right now when you look at it compared to Canada for sure. Is it for you all said and done that Hellebuck is the starter when he gets back, or is it Ottinger?
I think he's the starter, but I think that's up for debate. I mean, let me remind you that the reigning Hart and Vezina Trophy winner was not one of the original players, the 6 selected by Team USA. So read into that what you will. I think they have felt the nerves of, as a management team, of what Connor Hellebuck has done in the playoffs and how poorly he's looked. But at the same time, their sample size of what's been right in front of them, I mean, he was pretty much as good as possible in Four Nations. He entered the championship game with a .954 save percentage in the tournament and lost in OT to the best player in the world on one shot in front of the net. So I'm not pinning that loss on Hellebuck. I think it's his job to lose, but I don't think that Ottinger is that far behind.
The John Hamm commercial, Frank, for NBC promoting the Olympics, did you get a kick out of it?
I did, and I really enjoyed the buy-in from the players to be able to say lines like that, right?
Yeah.
10 years ago, could you convince U.S. hockey players to say that they're collecting Canadian tears at the Olympics? I mean, probably not from hockey players. And so I just thought it was well done, and I think it speaks to how much is on the line here for the U.S. You can talk a big game and you can say how close you are, but until you actually deliver, and the Vancouver Olympics and how that played out, third period and OT, and how close this team has been OT in Four Nations, you've got to bust through and win. And I think they all realize that. And when you talk like that, you have to follow through.
Do you think this is as close as it's ever been, or is, as you said, 2010, or is the World Cup in whatever, 96? I mean, was that, where do we, what's your opinion on how close comparable to all the great games, tournaments that these guys have played?
I think it's never been closer. I think 96 was a moment in time. It was one tournament, one short series, and it helped put USA Hockey on the map. But the last couple decades that followed, particularly 2014, and then following it up with the 2016 World Cup of Hockey, showed how far the US was from Canada. I think this year, going through all the projections, Canada is significantly stronger on paper, I think, right now. And the US has better goaltending and better defense, but that forward group is going to be a lot to contain and handle for any American defense, or any federation's defense for that matter. And so I do have some legitimate concerns that Canada is still well ahead of the US.
One last one. This is a couple texts have asked this. Ask Frank why he left Bennett off, who was the MVP of the playoffs last year on his team.
Yeah, great question. And obviously some recency bias pops in, but Bennett has not been nearly as good. Part of it's human nature. I think the success that you have in the playoffs, plus that massive contract that he signed, life-changing, he just hasn't been up to the same level as everyone else. And I also thought that he really wasn't super impactful in the way the Four Nations played out. So I think you take those two things, smash them together, and he's just been passed by. He's going to be one of him, Travis Konechny. They're going to be some of the casualties of the great starts to the season that Bedard and Celebrini have had.
Frank, as always, good stuff. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll talk to you on Tuesday, big guy.
Sounds good. See you, Kevin.
That is Frank Saravalli from Victory Plus TV. And our headliner of the day brought to you by Mr. Rooter Plumbing, the true goat of local plumbing. That's mrrooter.ca. Hey, Duke, do you think Frank was annoyed with me today?
No, but I don't think he's annoyed with you any day. So take that for what it's worth.
Honestly, I had it in the holster. Okay. Like I was going to start things off. Frank, we had some texts last Tuesday about listeners saying that I annoyed you, that you were annoyed with me. Is this even possible? But just the way things went, and he started talking about the team, and there wasn't the flow to throw that in there.
Yeah, that would have been that inserting that unnecessarily maybe would have annoyed him.
That may have annoyed him.
Because I thought you guys had a great chat today.
Well, I thought we were fine the other day too. I mean, well, no, you don't?
No, sure.
I don't know.
I think hey, there's a reason we have Frank on a couple times a week. He's our national insider.
And I'll be honest, I've got, like, when Frank and I disagree on things, and it's not a lot, really, Duke. No. It's not a lot, but we have. Frank will reach out and text me after he cut, after we cut him, and he'll go, "That was great." that was good. That was great. I enjoyed that. So it's not all about saying yes, Frank, or yes, Kevin. That's not the way it should be. MTR. Look at this. MTR. Remember when Duke was upset? Celebrini being ranked as a higher center than Bennett. Oh boy.
Can things not change?
Why can't they?
I had it then. I would say that I have changed my mind now. We're 30 games into another season.
Yeah, fabulous.
Nothing wrong with that. I think you're allowed to change your opinion. Now, changing it one day to the next, maybe a little bit different, but after the Panthers just won a second straight cup, playoff MVP, Celebrini 1 year in the NHL under his belt, and we admitted it was a solid one. But here we are, 30 games this, and I think Celebrini has shown it was no fluke, dragging the Sharks along.
Mm-hmm.
I'm right there with you and Frank that he absolutely should be on Team Canada come the Olympics. And I'm also there with Frank that I think Bennett has not played well enough to earn that spot back. And I think if you're talking about the element he would bring to the team that other guys wouldn't, he's replaced by Tom Wilson.
Yeah. I mean, where are you at with Zach Hyman? Like, as I said, I would love nothing more to see Zach on this team.
Yeah. I think I'm there with you that it's not out of the question. But if you had to make the decision today based on what we've seen since his return from injury, I don't know if it's all there yet.
And, they talk about no one being able to hunt pucks, do all that, on Connor's line. I think someone's going to be able to do that. Think about is Tom Wilson totally out of the question to play alongside Connor McDavid here? I'm saying totally out of the question. Because there's someone on some right side shot's going to be there, or it could be a Celebrini, or you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
It could be a Bedard. And I understand the chemistry, cohesiveness. I get all that, and again, I would jump over the moon to see Zach on this team. Right now, I'm just not sure if he's there yet. And again, Frank makes a good point. It's 2 months away. Can he get there? We'll see. When we come back, we'll get to some of your texts, 833-401-1440. It's Kevin Karius Show with the Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM radio. We are streaming on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
At GS Construction, we focus on building a culture of collaboration, innovation, and respect. Our teams work together, supporting one another and striving towards shared goals. We're committed to creating a work environment that empowers individuals, values teamwork, and ensures everyone feels respected and safe. With decades of experience in the field, GS Construction prioritizes our people, our culture, and safety. This is what makes us unique. To find out more, go to gsconstruction.ca.
When you have lifting and material handling needs, Northwest Crane delivers. Western Canada's Sandy dealer, backed by the industry's toughest one. 3 years, 3,000 hours, no compromises. They service all crane makes and models with skilled technicians and deep industry expertise. Alberta owned with locations in Leduc and Grand Prairie and fully equipped service trucks. Northwest Crane keeps your operation lifting. For more information on sales or service, visit northwestcrane.com or call today.
Across the province, Albertans are taking their shot on Play Alberta. With casino winners every hour, jackpots worth millions, and revenue that stays in the province, there's never been a better time to sign up. Right now, our listeners can score a $50 free bet when they make a minimum $50 deposit with code Gregor50. That's code Gregor50 for a $50 free bet. Start playing with your game sense today to find out if you're Alberta's next winner. The Hockey Super League is proud to launch its 9th season, delivering independent, borderless hockey. This year, over 125 teams will compete across Alberta, Saskatchewan, and for the first time ever, Colorado, USA, with showcase-style action, cross-province rivalries, and a strong commitment to player development. The HSL is the premier destination for families seeking balance and athletes chasing the next level. The Hockey Super League. Hockey without limits. For athletes born in 2013 to 2018, visit hockeysuperleague.com to learn more.
Do you work for a company that wants to reach people who love sports? Or maybe you're looking to hire people who love sports. Sports 1440 partners with dozens of local businesses, connecting with tens of thousands of Edmonton sports fans every day. On the radio, on the listening apps, on YouTube, and on social media. Contact our sales team today to see what Sports 1440 can do for you. Email Gregor at sports1440.ca to get started.
If you're looking for nonstop sports coverage, tune into Sports 1440. Edmonton's only sports radio station.
24/7 coverage comes at you with expert commentary, in-depth analysis,
And so much more.
We are Sports 1440.
Derry is a beautiful place, but things do happen from time to time.
Crave is the exclusive home of groundbreaking HBO originals, including It, Welcome to Derry, the much-anticipated new series from the world of Stephen King. Go back to where it all began.
There's something bad here in Derry.
It, Welcome to Derry. Stream now, only on Crave. Subscribe at crave.ca.
From the local rinks to homes and businesses across the province, Alberta's rural natural gas utilities are here to fuel life affordably, reliably, and safely. We're members of the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops, providing natural gas to keep our rural neighborhoods warm and connected every day. It's local, dependable, and it's ours. To learn more about the Federation of Alberta Gas and our members, and how natural gas fuels your community, visit fedgas.com. Alberta's energy. Game on.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 8:46 in Edmonton. Chilly Edmonton. And again, we had some snowfall overnight, so careful on the roads. It's minus 23. It still continues to be minus 23. Looking at a low tonight of minus 27. That always has a bearing on people going to the games. Like a game like tonight, you're going to go down to the Oiler game. Remember years and years ago, the free booths in the parking lot. They announced that. So it's just a little different. You got underground parking in a lot of places now too, but some of the big trucks like Laddie's, they can't get in there. We'll have Laddie coming up in less than an hour as well. Text 833-401-1440. Not Fred texts in. It's a great point and something to consider. But, when you look at who's making this team up, it is coached by a guy that coaches Tampa, the guys that make the decisions outside of there. Not Fred says with John Cooper as the coach, I don't think that you will see Hagel or Cirelli off the roster. Now that with those two guys, if that happens, Not Fred, that throws a real wrench into things here. That Four Nations roster did not have a lot of grit on it. If you take Hagel, Cirelli, Bennett, and one other out for the skill players and only Tom Wilson in, you may not have enough. All valid points. And again, when you look at this team and how it's going to be constructed and what is going to be left off, who's going to be left off, there's always going to be second guessing if the Canadians do not win gold medal. Jay in Victoria, when is roster finalization date? December 30th, or is it New Year's Eve? It's the 30th or 31st, I think. Do they take a chance on a guy to get it going? So again, you got 20 days for Zach Hyman here. It's a good problem to have. And hey, Jay, thanks for your service. He says that he's 29 years in the infantry. And he says, you can even Google me. He gives us his whole name, Jay in Victoria. So thank you for your service. I'll tell you what, he's asking for something. I don't want to bring it up on air, but maybe we can see what we can do on that, Jay, because if we talk about it on air, we're going to get about 1 million of these requests. But we'll see what we can do there, Jay. Ontario Mom says, I'm taking Bouchard over Thomas Harley, who's been hurt all year, and Sanheim. That was a lot of discussion yesterday on the Jason Gregor show with Kenny Hitchcock. Hitchcock said he would be taking Bouchard as well. I don't have Bouchard on my list for Team Canada, but I see where you guys are coming at and coming from. I don't have Reinhardt. Oh, Scuff Darren and Duke has said he was among the first 6 names about Sam Reinhardt. So that is something that. Are you? Why do you have to have 6 guys named? Why can't you?
We had the conversation last year.
I know.
And it's funny because after last year, the Brad Marchand thing, and after the tournament, I thought he was fine. But moving forward, I kind of said, I was like, I don't think Brad Marchand's going to make the Olympic team. And then you fast forward to this year, and he's having an excellent season. And I think he's on it for sure. So you kind of take it for what it's worth there, how quickly things can change. But yeah, there's a couple names that I think most people are in agreement to have fallen out. Why do you, to name 6 guys, why do you not just say Connor McDavid's going to be there?
Yeah.
For the States, Brady Tkachuk's going to be there. Matthew Tkachuk's going to be there, whatever. name 3 guys.
Doesn't matter.
3 guys. And I get it. You're trying to create a little stir about it in advance in a slow time in the summer or whatever, but it does seem largely unnecessary to me.
Team Dean says, me and my 13-year-old are driving in from Lacombe for the game. I believe he said he had tickets. Yes, that was yesterday. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm just going back. Team Dean sent a text in yesterday on a positive note. McDavid last night, so this is yesterday's text, tied Mike Bossy for all-time points, 9 games sooner. I'm feeling so lucky to have been gifted tickets for the Thursday game. Row 10, center ice. I can take my 13-year-old to his first ever regular season game. He can see Connor McDavid in person. Well, drive safely. He says, is the spare room available? KK. Oh, you mean Duke's closet? Hey, Duke, is the spare room available at Shea Duke?
I do have the spare room. It's kind of the office setup. Be happy.
What about the couch? Does it fold out?
Couch is up for grabs. It doesn't fold out, no. But it's nice. It's comfortable. You're welcome to it.
Oh, all right. Team Dean, you got a place to stay tonight.
Go nuts. I just hope you know that the kitty cat all over you.
Oh.
They're very intrigued by new guests.
Sickening.
They really like to sleep right on your chest.
Got a couple of minutes to bring in Josh Fenwick. NBA last night. It's the quarterfinals of the whatever cup it is. No one cares about it. The Spurs pounded the Lakers. Well, not pounded, 132-119. But 138-89, the Thunder beat the Suns 138-89.
Yeah.
How much did SGA play after they were up by 50?
I'll look it up right now, but he definitely did not play that fourth quarter. I highly doubt that he played anything more than like half of the third quarter because, yeah, I went out for wings last night, much like the Duke, and I was sitting down. I got there right after halftime. The score was like 87 to 56 or something. It was ridiculous. Like I couldn't believe what I was looking at. Like the Phoenix Suns have been very, very good this year. And Shea put up 28 and 8. Yeah. What a dog. His final minutes, he did all of that in 27 minutes played. So, yeah, he played half the third quarter or whatever and was like, all right, I'm done. Like, done what I've had to do.
49 points. Holy cow. I mean, talk about just an absolute mollywhopping. I shouldn't have said it was a lopsided win, 132-119 Spurs over the Lakers. Both teams 17-7 now, by the way. That's without Wemby.
That is without Wemby. The alien, he'll be back soon. And what we're looking at with the Spurs right now, they are a very, very promising team, and much to Declan Kruger and I's thought process, should be very much in the Giannis sweepstakes that we have made up, that we in the media have made up in our minds. But like the idea of a Giannis and Wemby front court that is something that could rival the OKC Thunder, in my opinion.
Wow. Team Dean texts in, the Duke is hospitable. The palatial Karius estate is not, Duke. Maybe you'll bring out the air fryer for Team Dean here, huh?
Yeah, I'll whip something up for you.
Like what? Pop-Tarts in there again?
Pop-Tarts in the air fryer. That's insane, Kevin. They go in the toaster.
That sounds delicious.
Sammy was
I
putting
got
it in
some
the air
pizza
fryer.
pops. Pizza pops. You're talking pizza pops. Yeah, I got some of those in the freezer. I got some chicken tenders. I got. I always have lots of frozen food on hand. But earlier,
that's so bad, Duke.
I don't see if I care. That's like Declan yesterday. We had the hush puppies in here, right?
Yeah.
And there was the whole box of them.
And he never
Plenty
had?
for everybody. And we're offering and Declan's like, oh, I don't know. I don't think these are very good for me. I was like, Declan, how many Zins do you put in a day? Like, I find that people that take that stance, and I'm singling out Declan here. I don't mean to be. Like, I just find that so hypocritical. Like, guess what? Everything is bad for you. Everything's trying to kill you. Just enjoy what you enjoy. Like what you like.
Yeah.
He called them poison. And also, Sam doesn't cook his
He cooks
pizza
them on the
pops in
barbecue.
in the air
wrong
fryer. It's
with
the
these
barbecue.
guys?
That's crazy. It's crazy.
What's wrong with these
Earlier this week, Kev, I whipped up all the ingredients for like burritos. And so when I've got them all portioned out, I have like the Tupperware with the amount of rice, veggies, some pulled chicken and stuff. And then I just pull it out, nuke it, add the cold sauces, stick it in the burrito tortilla frying pan, sizzle it up. Unreal. I've been enjoying that this week.
Well, we're going to give away a $50 gift certificate. Fenny or Duke will think of a question here in the 9 o'clock hour for first round. We'll get our picks in for the Thursday night NFLer. But at the top of the hour, we got Cheryl Pounder, two-time Olympic gold medalist plus analyst for the Rivalry Series and TSN on NHL hockey, women's hockey, PWHL hockey. She's a busy, busy gal for sure. That's coming up right after the break at the top of the hour. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by First Round. And tonight is the night you could win an NFL jersey tonight at both locations. Plus, you get 50% off boneless wings. That's at the downtown location on 104th Avenue and right here in the mall that has it all on Bourbon Street. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Four games in the NHL last night. Connor Bedard, 2 points. Spencer Knight, 21 saves. The Blackhawks blanked the Rangers 3-0. Calgary beat losing to Detroit 4-3. The Mammoth falling to Florida 4-3. And the Kraken topped the Kings in the nightcap 3-2 in overtime. Canada and the USA playing a rivalry series game last night from Rogers Place. It was a goal fest. 10-4 the final. The Americans take it. They'll do it again Saturday night from downtown Edmonton. NBA Cup quarterfinal action. The Thunder keep rolling with a rout of the Suns. 138-89, and the Spurs advance to play OKC in the semis with a 132-119 win over the Lakers. From the CFL, Hamilton Tiger Cats extending quarterback Bo Levi Mitchell on a 2-year deal this past year. Mitchell led the league in passing yards and touchdowns and was an MOP finalist for the second straight season. In case you missed it, Michigan football surprisingly firing head coach Sharon Moore for what they released as an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Moore was then taken into custody last night in Ann Arbor for an alleged assault. Coming up in hour 3 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by two-time Olympic gold medalist Cheryl Pounder and our Thursday co-host, former NHL defenseman Vladislav Schmid. I'm Brandon Douglas at your Sports 1440 update.
This is Sports 1440,
A Stingray radio station.
broadcasting on Treaty 6 territory.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen to CKJR wherever you go.
Wing Wednesday at First Round. Whether you're coming for the first round, the last round, or a few rounds in between, they've got you covered with half-price wings every Wednesday night. Half-price wings. Over 35 delicious flavors like Cajun salt and pepper, maple bacon, and Inferno wings. Now half price every Wednesday night. Wash them down with a cold pint of Canadian or Coors Light for only $5.75. Half price Wing Wednesdays at First Round in West Ed and now downtown. First Round, burgers, beer, sports.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle bells.
Tired of the same old holiday tunes? Spice things up with the sound of a Wilhauk beef jerky bag being torn open. It's the carol that everyone wants to hear, promising a chorus of tender, perfectly spiced beef jerky. This holiday season, make sure you're Wilhauking around the Christmas tree with Alberta's best beef jerky. Call to place your pre-order today at 780-986-2537.
Looking for the perfect used ride? Now's the time.
Drive away for as little as $25 bi-weekly. Go Auto has over 7,500 used vehicles in stock with something for everyone. From budget-friendly cars and road trip-ready SUVs to powerful work-ready trucks. With around 70 locations across Canada, your next vehicle is closer than you think. Whether you're upgrading, downsizing, or buying for the first time, we've got the right ride at the right price. But don't wait. These deals won't stick around forever. Start shopping today at goauto.ca.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
You matter. Your mental health matters, and you're braver than you think. Not Alone is an organization focused on creating a space of acceptance and support through tough, meaningful conversation. My name is Tyler Smith, and you are never alone. NotAloneCo.com. It's okay to not be okay.
Subaru is built for winter. Symmetrical all-wheel drive delivers power with incredible control, stability, and grip. Add 220 millimeters of ground clearance, and you're not getting stuck in snowbanks. You'll drive right through them. And inside, luxurious heated seats and a heated steering wheel. Plus, for 19 years in a row, Subaru vehicles have earned top safety pick status, giving you unmatched peace of mind. Subaru is engineered for Canadian winters, built for real-life confidence. Welcome to Uncommon Standards.
Stories, guests, and insights. This is Sports 1440 and the Kevin Karius Show.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 9 o'clock in Edmonton, and time now for the Puck Report, brought to you by Fountain Tire. And at Fountain Tire, we focus on one thing, and it is your vehicle. From tires to wheels to oil changes and vehicle repairs, we have you covered. Visit fountaintire.com and book your appointment today as we welcome in Cheryl Pounder to the show. Good morning, Cheryl. You're with Kevin Karius. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
No problem at all. Just woke up. I'm just downtown Edmonton right now, looking at the snow, got my coffee in hand, reviewing my notes, getting ready, doing some hockey, day off.
Yeah.
I'd be running around with the kids at home. So had a little sleep in, kind of nice.
That's great. That's great. So you get to spend a couple days in our city. Are you going to the game tonight, by the way?
Yeah.
Oh, great,
the crew's going to go. Yeah. So we're going to jump. We're not far. We're just at the Westin downtown. So, and then we're going to, hit the game tonight. All things hockey, right?
Perfect. Well, we'll see you down there at the rink tonight. But last night's game, what did you make of it? 10-4, the U.S. wins it. But maybe you're on the side here, Cheryl, that it's better for Canada to work out a lot of kinks right now than 2 months from now.
Yeah, it's listen, I was part of the team in 2002 that lost 8 straight games to the Americans and then wound up winning. So it's just sort of, in a short-term tournament, anything can happen. But certainly if you're Canada, if you're looking at this sort of as a bit of a measuring stick at where you are in the current moment, yeah, you're concerned, right? You're concerned that, your defensive coverage in structure is off as much as it is from a collective group standpoint. And even, the first 2 games of the rivalry series, losing 4-1 and 6-1, we spoke to Troy Ryan and he said, this leg's going to be a little bit different in November. We typically aren't good. Some of the athletes are, majority of their athletes in the PWHL really hadn't gotten started yet. So a lot of the Americans who are in the NCAA have their seasons under full swing. So, but now, a month later, everyone's kind of playing, everyone's, in the game. And so, the holes are still there. So, yeah, I think from a perspective of what Canada's giving up and managing the puck and the defensive structure and the high danger looks that they are giving to the Americans is concerning. Doesn't mean it's over by any stretch, as we know, in a one-game set, and the Canadians wear their hearts on their sleeves, et cetera, et cetera. But right now, you got to find ways to be better. And I think Canada would be the first one to say it.
So do you think these things can be cleaned up defensively, Cheryl, with the personnel they have? Is the system okay? Does that need to be changed? What are your thoughts on those 2 areas?
Well, I think one of the things that I'm noticing, and I'll likely talk about it in Saturday's game, is that when the Americans get in zone, their movement is something to watch. And so anytime you're moving from low ice to high ice, you're moving the puck and the bodies and the personnel are moving around, you're moving that structure. So what's happening is I find that they're getting a little puck focused and they're leaving players open. So there's seams that are available to make those, cross seam passes. And then there's the spacing isn't on. So now you're in a high danger look, whether you're Alex Carpenter in the slot or, you're tracking the puck. So then Carl Salemi's just in all alone on the goaltender. And this isn't just a defense thing. This is also sort of a forward thing when they're tracking back. And, if you got 2D in the corner, someone's got to pop back down the middle. And so you're just seeing that collective communication breakdown. But I think it's also a product of when the Americans are in, they're buzzing right now. And so the Canadians are chasing the game in zone. And that's what's creating this, these lapses in the structure. So Canada's got to get back to their foot, the gas being on the front foot, if you will. And what I mean by that is they've got to apply pressure in zone to the Americans. They've got to take away the neutral zone, not allow this to happen. So, they've got the personnel individually when you look at it. It's just collectively the breakdowns are happening. Like the unit, the 5-player unit's breaking down. So it's not about the player on the puck. It's about the player off the puck. So for me, that's going to be a thing that they've got to find a way to clean up, because I thought, when you outshoot your opponent 17-10 in the first and you're down 4-1, the Americans were opportunistic, but it was the looks that they were giving them.
Sounds like the Oilers for several games this year, Cheryl.
Yeah, yes, exactly. And as we know, there's also some tough giveaways, right? So now let's say you're pressing, and much like the Oilers, right? All of a sudden you have some egregious turnover and it winds up in the back of your net. So you've gone from you're in the offensive zone, you get an opportunity you don't score on, puck goes the other way, looks like it's actually non-threatening, and then it winds up in the back of your net because of a turnover. And so those turnovers, have to disappear or be limited, very limited in a game if you want to stay in that game, because it's momentum killing, and you need goaltending as well. And, yesterday wasn't Anne Renee's best game. She gets yanked, and then Mashmeyer comes in and same story, but they're also, making point blank saves on the doorstep.
Well, let's talk about the goaltending with Cheryl Pounder, 2-time Olympic gold medal champion. Around these parts, Shannon Zabados is the gold standard. I mean, I've interviewed Shannon when she was 10 years old on the Brick team, for Pete's sake, so long ago. And we've gone out to Bruderheim to do Emirates. I mean, the goaltending's been really good. Is the goaltending as good right now as you've seen in years past, though?
Well, I think it's tough. Like Mash, she'd been injured last year. She's done well in the PWHL. She's made some incredible saves. She comes into that game unexpectedly yesterday. There's not an over concern. I mean, I look at Anne Renee as well. She's done everything on the international stage. If you look at her last 2 games with Montreal, Victoire, I mean, she pitched a shutout, 33 save shutout. On December 7th, she made 21 of 22. So like these goaltenders are great. You can have an off night as well. But again, they might have wanted a goal or 2 back, but at the end of the day, there was 10 that were put up. And it's also a product of, the looks that they were getting, all alone. So it's a combination of, they didn't get the stop, the big save when they needed it. But at the same time, what Canada was giving up was, they were hung out to dry a little bit as well. But I'm not concerned in terms of, can this goaltending squad do it up against Frankel and Gwyneth Phillips on the other side? I think those matchups are going to go toe-to-toe. They're going to go head-to-head at the Olympic Winter Games. It's more going to be, you got to work the walls. You got to win those battles, and you got to find a way to apply pressure in zone. And Canada just was on the back foot for a good portion of that game.
Right. Cheryl Pounder with us on the Kevin Carey Show on Sports 1440. Another local player, Danielle Serdachny, known her forever, and her dad, Steve, obviously in town here. Maybe just speak to her evolution as a player when she came onto the national team and had such a big splash to where she is now, Cheryl.
Yeah, it's interesting because she's likely one of the players that's fighting for her spot right now on where she is in the lineup and where they play her. So on that 4th line with O'Neill and Gosling. So Natalie Spooner yesterday was sort of the 13th forward, but kind of spotted in different areas of the lineup. So for Serdachny, I think she's one that, she's got her game. Obviously she came on and massive overtime winner, 2024. And so coming out of the NCAA, which is much different than the PWHL, which is much different than the international scene, I think there's a learning curve there. And she came in, gangbusters, and then sort of, I think, fell off a little bit. But she's got the skating. I think she can shield the puck really well. I think her decisions can be made a second earlier. I think that's something that, it's the scanning and processing when you get to the senior level. But yeah, she's young, a fresh start in the PWHL with the expansion happening, heading to Seattle. So playing on a top line there, playing the middle. So she's now on the flank with Canada. So lots of different things going on, but the hometown crowd, she had everyone there last night and talked about, taking herself out of it kind of, because she was getting so many texts and what have you. But certainly hope she's in the game on Saturday night and, able to make her case as well. And it's tough when you're getting limited minutes. But yeah, she's certainly vying.
Cheryl Pounder with us, two-time Olympic gold medal champion. And you mentioned Salt Lake in 2002, where the Americans had your number going into the Olympic tournament, Cheryl. Do you remember conversations that you had, within the locker room, coaches, players, going into the Olympics that, hey, this is a whole new ball game here? What do you remember being said back then?
Yeah, I remember the wonderful Cassie Campbell-Pascal, having a meeting with us and, talking to, what a story it's going to be. And, sort of invigorated us, because at the end of the day, you have to listen to the room, not the outside noise, right? Because that's what keeps your mind, your perspective, your ability to stay focused on the task, which was winning. But a lot of people don't know, before we actually left for Salt Lake, we went away on a sort of a trip where it was more just the athletes. And so, the veterans brought us into a room and, we came up with a 2-page list of potential distractions we might face at the Olympic Winter Games. We had everything from, you're not wearing the right jersey to, potential bomb scare because 9/11 had happened, what we would do, to officiating at the bottom of page 2. And so in that final game, if you go back or you Google it, or if you remember it, the officiating was off the charts, right? So we were on the PK the whole time. And I remember coming into the dressing room between the second and third period, and one of the athletes in our room just stood up and started screaming out one of our words that was going to be calming in the moment. And started screaming it out at the top of her lungs that we have 20 minutes left to play. And remember the conversation. And we went out there and we won. And we won one game all year. Now, were the Americans better than us? Yes. They won 8 straight games. Were we better in that game? Yes. And so I think that's the unbelievable story of the Olympics, is that who can bring it in the moment. And Canada's proven in the past that they can do that. So this is where, these games mean something, because they're very important for staff to say, okay, we're behind in this area. So what adjustments do we need to make, or where are they better? And so how do we offset, or, do we have to look at bringing another player into this program? There's all those kind of questions that I think they have to ask specialty teams. They're critical. When you look at the Americans' power play right now, yes, you need your goaltender to be your best PKer, but at the same time, those last spots are, they're going to be special. They could be specialty team based, in particular PK. So I think there's a lot of that. But yeah, when you go back to Salt Lake City, I think there was a trust and a belief in the room. And we did, a lot of people don't know, the Americans had our number all year on their power play. And I believe it was the night before the final game, we changed it, our PK. And interesting that we would face that many, and wound up, killing them off and eventually winning the gold medal. So making those adjustments in the moment, staying controlled, staying positive within the room. Of course, all of us in the media are going to talk, ad nauseum about what's wrong. But as long as, you believe, good things can happen. But yeah, right now, off of 3 games, when you're outscored 20-6, you're behind.
Curious to know what you did differently on the PK back then, Cheryl, in the sense.
I don't even remember it, because I don't even remember. Listen, I'm 49. Okay. So I can't remember, what I ate for breakfast yesterday. But when I think about it, we weren't pressuring as much. And I've always said, and now that in analysis and when I'm breaking down, whether it's NHL, PWHL, I'm always saying there's nothing more frustrating than sort of a static PK, right? because you're waiting, and the skill level has grown so much within the women's game, obviously within the men's game. And so, I want the power play to beat me for a high danger look. I don't want to give it to them for free. And so I felt like in Salt Lake, that was a bit of it. We were allowing the 2v1 down low too often. We weren't pressuring. So, you can't be afraid of it. You've got to anticipate and you've got to read. And so we started to do that better. And I think the pressure was there. We were also on small ice, like on the NHL style ice, and Salt Lake, which changes, which does change the landscape of the game. I don't care what anyone says. The size of the rink, with all the conversation that's happening, it matters. I spoke to John Roboleski yesterday for the American team about it. And so playing on that smaller ice as a defender, now all of a sudden, when you get caught outside the dots on a PK, your line back to the net is shorter, than Olympic ice. So there was all of that as well. So we can pressure, if the puck's down below the goal line, it's different in Olympic size ice versus in a standardized ice surface. So we started to pressure, watched Cami Granado on the back door a little differently because she was so slippery. And I
apologize in advance, Cheryl, because I'm going to take you further back than Salt Lake.
Oh, no.
Yes, yes, I am, because I just want to think, as just a teenager when you were starting out in Toronto and the Arrows and North York, did you ever think that, this time, like 3 decades later, women's hockey the growth would be where it's at with the PWHL and Olympics and everything like that? Man, it's come a long way, hasn't it?
Oh, Kevin, honestly, I'll be completely honest with you. No, I did not think so. And to be truthful, I mean, my story, and some people have heard it when I've spoken, is that when I was 8 years old, I turned to my grandmother and said, I'm going to be there one day. I'm going to go to the Olympics, opening ceremonies to the Olympics. And, her words, believe in yourself, you'll never know unless you try, really sat with me my entire life, to be truthful. But women's hockey was not even in the Olympics when I said that to her. And I felt like that dream was more possible than a professional league, only because as I grew and got older and was within the game and playing on the national team, it was just sort of the splintering of the women's game. And I didn't know if one league was going to be possible. So for me, it's surreal. I'm not jealous of it. People ask me all the time. I'm proud of it and the opportunity now for the next generation. And as a broadcaster, being at the first draft on September 18th, 2023, and I remember these dates vividly. I remember the alumni walking in on this purple carpet and a lot of my former teammates coming in. I was thinking, why are they here? With the young girls just lining the carpet as the athletes that were going to go in the draft, came in. And I remember just getting quite emotional about it, thinking, wow, they're here to see it. They're here to see it. And then you fast forward to January 1st, 2024, I was on the first call. And I remember looking left and right. And again, I was kind of emotional. And I just said, look above the glass, ladies. This is one of those moments where, take it all in. Look at the little girls. And, we want to talk hockey. We don't just want to talk about now the little girls and all this. And but for this particular moment, look above the glass and see everyone, see where this game is. To February 18th, I was on the call. I was between the benches at Scotiabank, and there was a lot of conversation as to whether, why are they putting it in an NHL building and blah, 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 blah. And it sold out within 15 minutes. And I remember being between the benches, and I got a text from a former athlete that I'd coached saying, Coach, can you believe this? And then I got a text from my husband, who was in the stands with both of my daughter's teams, and saying, this is incredible. Did you ever think this would happen? To which, of course, I got emotional again, to which I then got a phone call from my husband saying, Cheryl, can you believe this? And I don't even have to wait for the men's bathroom. And I thought, in a sold out building at Scotiabank. And I started laughing and I was like, yeah. But just the vibe, I mean, the singing and, Taylor Swift comes on and the whole bowl starts singing, it's just an energy. And I know I'm talking here, for a while on it. I think it's just showing just sort of the passion that I never thought was possible. And so to be living it, watching it on the call for it, it's probably my proudest moment as a hockey player. And because it affects so many entering the game, because whether, you ever make it or you don't make it, now you can aspire.
Yeah.
Now you can watch. Now you can say, Abby Murphy or Aaron Ambrose are my favorite hockey player. You have that choice. And so, so for me, it's, it's surreal, but it's no longer, that impossible dream. It's here. It's reality. And so it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Now you can dream. Now you can dream for sure.
Yep.
I really enjoyed this. Thanks so much, Cheryl. We'll see you down at the rink tonight and say hello, and good luck with the call on the weekend. And we'll see you tonight. Thanks for coming on.
Okay. No problem, Kevin.
That's Cheryl Pounder, 2-time Olympic gold medalist. She'll be on the call for the rivalry series game on Saturday night, Canada versus the U.S. to wrap things up here. And 10-4 was the final last night, USA winning that game. You can bet the Canadians will not be happy with that performance, that result, and will come out with a really solid, strong effort on Saturday. That was the Puck Report, brought to you by Fountain Tire. At Fountain Tire, hey, we got you covered with everything, right from your tires to oil changes to everything. Check them out at fountaintire.com and book your appointment today. When we come back, we'll await the arrival of Ladislav Schmid at around 9:30. We'll give away a gift certificate in the next little bit. We'll come up with a question for first round and a $50 GC right after the break. Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick working on it. It's a Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're also streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Hold up. Are you pulling my beard? Booster Juice has 2 new booster balls for the holidays this year.
That's right, Santa. The Eggnog Booster Ball and Caramel Pecan Pie Booster Ball are 2 new flavors to put some extra jingle in your step. So are you a pie guy, Santa, or a nog guy?
Both!
Good call. That's extra jolly. Happy holidays from your friends at Booster Juice. Canadian born, blending since 1999.
Hi, Mike here from Northgate Chevrolet Buick GMC. December is here. Christmas shopping, Christmas wrapping, Christmas baking, grocery shopping. Does it need tires? It's not running? No problem. We got you covered. At Northgate GM, we have a tremendous selection of newer used vehicles, winter tires at cost, and of course, service with a smile. Come in and see us today, 13215 97th Street, or visit us online at northgategm.com.
You're in Northgate country.
Mr. Rooter decorates a gingerbread house.
Wow. What did you do here, Mr. Rooter?
Well, we've got a Jube Jube toilet, complete with an icing-based wax seal. The main water line is licorice, red for hot, black for cold. You got your standard marshmallow hot water tank and a candy cane sewer line. And on the outside, candy corn hose pips. Disgusting, but they get the job done.
To have your Yule clogs fixed, trust one plumber, Mr. Rooter.
The wrapping paper is coming off. The gift box is opening, and the crowd goes wild.
When they want sports in their stocking, you'll find gifts that score big at St. Albert's Source for Sports. Jerseys and accessories, baseball, bikes, all kinds of skates, and everything hockey. It's all here, alongside expert advice from pros who know sports. Put the best sports brands under the tree for less with St. Albert's Source for Sports. Your source for hockey and the best sports gifts for over 35 years.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
Born from work, built for play. Carhartt's all-new Super Ducks tech jackets are built for hard-working people who can't sacrifice mobility for durability. This ultra-tough gear fights off wind, snow, and cold, while full-swing technology flexes with every move and still packs 3M insulation for maximum warmth. Try your new Carhartt Super Ducks at JobSite Workwear. 3 locations in Edmonton and online at jobsiteworkwear.ca.
JobSite Workwear, tough people, tough jobs.
When your driveway's covered in snow, Toro and the Lawnmower Hospital have you covered. Toro's gas or battery-powered single-stage power-clear snowblowers make it easy to clear right down to the concrete with incredible Toro-powered Propel technology. Face the next snow day without fear thanks to Toro and the Lawnmower Hospital. Visit lawnmowerhospital.com.
The Lawnmower Hospital.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
It's about time, Duke. Come on, man.
Once again, that's already the second Christmas song.
What was the first one?
Mistress for Christmas. Little AC/DC ahead of spec.
Yeah, I was busy doing something with spec.
We're busy trying to track down this
crickets
here in the
Maybe
studio.
I did have him. I had him down, actually. You're right. I had him down because I was trying to listen in the break. And then once I heard it, I just didn't have him up enough.
Mm-hmm.
So have we heard the crickets for a while?
Yep. They were at last commercial break. We heard them again.
Those guys are just screwing with us, eh?
I think so.
So you think it's Pete Panotsky?
That'd be my first guess. A couple of times Terry Evans has walked by here. I don't know if heading over to the bathroom or
Has
just
he looked over?
He's always looked in the studio every time.
Do you think it's on a remote control? For our listeners, I think Pete Panotsky and Terry Evans over at K97 are playing a trick on us. And every once in a while, we'll hear crickets in the room. Is it like 4 times? Cricket.
It's just like a little chirp, chirp, chirp.
5 times, like bang?
I don't know.
Anyway, we can't seem to find where it's located in here. So what would it look like? Just a tiny little... You guys are come on, Fanny, you're the expert here.
The expert here.
Well, you got all the controls over there. Come on now.
You think that makes me be able to find a bug?
Why don't you get one of those wands that they have,
those
in the movies?
FBI type things in the films where they're just like, oh, bug here, bug here. They just know. Does that technology even actually exist, or is that just movie magic?
If it does, we don't have it back here. Sports 1440.
Because I would think it'd be like
here.
some sort of wave that like tracks like electromagnetism, right?
Yes.
But would it not get thrown off by like wiring through walls and stuff? And in a room like this, it'd be everywhere.
It would be
with all of the wires, and mics, and speakers and stuff we got buzzing
it's a
around.
small little thing. They would have put it up behind the TV or up on the top of the speakers in here or something.
Terry Evans, he is a tall guy. He could reach up on top.
He was talking about because Pete Panotsky just got back from Mexico.
Oh yeah,
it was his first day back after a week and a half off, and he's like you, Duke, no tan, 0 tan.
Oh, come on! I had a tan.
No, 0 tan.
I can even still see it on my legs and stuff when I'm getting out of the shower in the morning. Compared to my upper thighs, it's still quite tanned.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, Evans says when he goes down south, he never takes his shirt off.
Oh, you see, I was doing that. I don't.
Tarps off the whole time, right from 7 in the morning till 7 at night for me. And I'm comfortable with my body now, Duke. I don't care anymore.
Well, I don't care. Like, I'm a fat little boy. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just who I am.
Not Fred Tech said, no room at the Karius Mansion, but there is at the Pool Guest House, a.k.a. Duke's Dungeon.
Well, it's not a dungeon anymore. I'm on the 5th floor, baby.
Hmm.
But I do think that's quite telling that Karius in your palatial estate, you're like, no, go stay with Duke instead. To all these listeners, one listener coming in from out of town with was it Dean?
Yeah,
Say he's coming with his daughter.
Yes,
going to the
son,
game.
I think son.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think you got think about it. Oh, hey, I forgot that we got to mention too. We got the month of giving. Rats.
Oh, right.
Sorry,
right.
Gregor. The month of giving, we're starting it off today. Let's do that right now, Duke. Or no, we'll mention it because we got to mention it with Laddie when he comes in too. So it's the month of giving for 6 at Chop Steakhouse.
You and 5 guests.
You and 5 guests. It'll be with myself, the Duke of Delburne, Eddie Steele, and Ladislav Schmid. Now, we went last year, well, this year, technically, for last year's month of giving, and we went to the west side. We had an absolute blast with old Darren Schmidt from GC Custom Metal. Schmitty, if you're listening, why don't you bid on it again? I think we should probably start at $1,000, hey? Let's start at $1,000. So it's dinner for you, 5 others, and the 4 of us. And we had what?
It was
we
4
had
courses.
4 courses. We had pairings. Eddie had dessert. Then he had a
second dessert.
Second dessert on the way home with a blizzard. Laddie ate like a sow. He had double order of vegetables over the potatoes.
Right.
The meal was fabulous. Duke had the sundae in a cup there at the end.
Ooh, that was good.
That was
man.
good.
It was kind of tough to eat. It was very elaborate, very well presented in the tall glass, but man, was that tasty. Ooh.
We all had steaks. I think Eddie had something else though, but it was fabulous. Thanks to Brad German and everybody at Chop Steakhouse. And again, Darren Schmidt bought it last year. I know Schmidt listens to the show all the time, and you went out with the Schmidt circle.
The little crew. Yeah, we had a brief after party here at the casino at the mall. We dipped down 178th Street to make our way back here, and the boys had some success on the craps table for a while.
Yeah.
I was a loser everywhere I went, whether it was at blackjack, roulette, the dingers, didn't matter. I was just giving my money away. But I think the boys had a little bit of luck for at least a small stretch at the craps table. And Schmitty had a long turn with the dice.
Did he?
He did. Yeah, he was hot. He was hot.
Oh, that's fabulous. So anyway, that is one of the month of giving items to bid on today. Dinner for 6, Chop Steakhouse, Ellerslie downtown. This is where we're going to do it this time. You and 5 guests will dine with myself, Eddie Steele, Brandon Douglas, Ladislav Schmid from the morning show. 5-course dinner and wine pairings. You had wine, Duke, right?
I had a couple wines, yeah.
And actually, because Laddie doesn't drink, Eddie doesn't drink, the other guys were getting their wine.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, hey, it's all in the package. They just bring out the wine pairings. They just slide the glasses over, and suddenly a few of the other lads get double dip.
We had a lot of laughs, told some jokes.
Yeah. Some great stories from Eddie and Laddie and yourself and your many years traversing this earth, and the pro athlete side, of course, for Laddie and Eddie. It was great. Some really good stories.
Unfiltered Laddie.
Yeah. Picture Laddie like he is on here, but he's not worried about not swearing or telling stories that maybe aren't fit for AM radio.
Okay, Mike has texted in, and he's $1,500. Thanks, Mike. Hey, Mike, so we're at $1,500 for the dinner for 6, yourself, 5 others, and the 4 of us. That's going to be exciting. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Mike was he actually bid on the golf, and that got mixed up there with the Pillman last week too. Appreciate it, Mike. $1,500. Shoot us off a text 833-401-1440 if you'd like to bid on this great item. It is an absolute question for our $50 GC for first round.
Yeah, I do. It's a simple one, but I think it might trip a couple people up.
Sure it will.
So text in the name of the highest scoring non-quarterback full PPR fantasy football player from week 14.
Okay, well, and you think everyone's going to go with certain?
I think there's a name that a lot of people will jump to immediately because it was a very close second place. But I'll be surprised if many people know this off the top unless they A, have him on their team, or B, look it up.
Yeah.
Check the stat lines because it's not a standard name, but he's actually having himself a really solid season and has probably lifted some savvy waiver wire players into the playoffs and looking good heading into playoffs this week.
He had a monster week, 2 touchdowns, 10, 11 receptions.
Oh yeah. 100, 150, I think plus yards. So highest scoring non-quarterback in PPR from week 14. All correct answers. We'll stick them in the wheel, spin it, and we'll get one person a $50 gift card to first round.
Perfect. When we come back, Ladislav Schmid in the building. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Mr. Rooter decorates a gingerbread house.
Wow. What did you do here, Mr. Rooter?
Well, we've got a Jube Jube toilet, complete with an icing-based wax seal. The main water line is licorice, red for hot, black for cold. You got your standard marshmallow hot water tank and a candy cane sewer line. And on the outside, candy corn hose pips. Disgusting, but they get the job done.
To have your Yule clogs fixed, trust one plumber, Mr. Rooter.
More Edmonton families than ever are struggling as food prices skyrocket. The Holiday Hamper Foundation provides festive meals for 2,000 homes in need. Your donation ensures a turkey is on the table for every family. Donate today at holidayhamper.ca.
Picture this. You're sleeping and you're awake, but it's a good day because you're about to make your way to McDonald's to pick up some breakfast. Fast forward, you're there. But with this, you can now get all those breakfast classics penny style with rich, creamy hollandaise-style sauce, a happy little tear rolls down your cheek. You grab your small McCafe premium roast coffee, still just $1 plus tax every day, and see. Get up and at 'em with the Egg McMuffin. At participating McDonald's restaurants in Canada, prices exclude delivery.
This hockey season, before every game, check out the pregame show with Andrew Walker on Sports 1440. It's brought to you by Titan Supply, your only source for rigging, lifting, and hauling products. Visit titansupply.ca.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 15% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until December 13th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
I'm Rick Showers from No Bull RV. And people often ask me, hey, Rick, do people actually buy RVs from No Bull in the fall?
Fair question, Rick. Why would you want to buy an RV just when it's time to put it away in storage for the winter?
And I have the answer, Bob, because the RVs at No Bull are used. And that means every RV on our lot is a one-of-a-kind. So when you're looking for a used RV, you can be really picky.
One-of-a-kind means you don't have to compromise on what you're looking for.
That's right, Bob. But it also means when you find the right one, you grab it up before someone else does. Sometimes that's in the fall. But No Bull makes it easy because when you buy your used RV now, we include winterization and winter storage for free. We even get it prepared for spring camping at no charge to you. All you need to do is be ready for the great outdoors come next spring. When you think of it that way, the fall might be the best time to get your RV.
And that's No Bull.
NoBullRV.ca.
This Christmas, Subaru is proud to support the Little Warriors, a national charitable organization dedicated to protecting children, raising awareness, and helping survivors heal from the trauma of child sexual abuse. Join us for a Phil Forster event at Rally Subaru in Subaru City. We're collecting much-needed items like AAA batteries, art supplies, backpacks for kids, winter gear, and laundry essentials. Drop off your donations at either location and be entered to win a free detail package. Thank you for your support from Subaru.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program, 9:36 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne with you, along with Josh Fenwick. We're questioned for the $50 GC for first round. We had several first time answers that came in, bang, right off the hop. So congrats. We'll get to that in a minute. $50 for GC. Our beautiful dinner that we had is up for grabs again. Mike has bid $1,500 the month of giving. We will be going with Ladislav Schmid to chop. This is the first you're hearing of it, Laddie, but that's okay. And we got Eddie Steele, Duke of Delburne, just like we went last a couple of months ago. And Schmitty took us out, remember?
By the way, good morning.
Oh, good morning,
yeah,
Laddie.
good morning. Thanks, Kevin. Yeah. First things first, like he's talking about this and then introduce me. I'm
let's
offended.
welcome in Ladislav Schmid.
I'm offended.
Good morning, Laddie.
Good
How are
morning,
you?
Kevin.
Good morning, good morning. Yeah, now you're smiling.
Now I'm smiling because it's going to be another free meal.
Another free meal for you because we talked about what you ordered. You had the double vegetables.
I know.
And you had the dessert.
And I'm going to be smarter.
Why wouldn't you just order an extra little bit of potatoes or something?
I didn't know I could.
Oh, you could order whatever.
I don't want to be on budget.
No, I mean they'll make it, and they'll do whatever it takes to make Laddie happy.
Oh,
yeah. So
first.
Mike has bid $1,500, and it was a lot of fun last time, wasn't it?
But, yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Duke
rough.
went out with those guys after,
I know.
to the craps tables.
And still came out empty once again. minus few $100 and single going home. Well, not single. He's 2 cats. Sorry.
Yeah. I thought we'd get a little longer until we start talking about Duke's love life, but that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, it is what it is.
How was the week, big guy?
Was pretty good. Yeah,
it's cold. You were driving in. It's cold.
It's very cold, but yeah, I'm driving to Calgary tomorrow for my son's
hockey.
For my son's hockey, yeah. But we just got a great news for my billet. Matty Hayda. He's gonna get his first WHL game on Sunday.
Really?
Yes. So we're gonna have to drive home early on Sunday and be there to support him because they're going to their camp.
So they opened up
up some spots and he's getting called up.
So how old is he?
16,
16?
I think, yeah. Still
So he's been billeting with you, and you're
also
showing
16,
him the
maybe
rope?
17 now.
17, yeah. Had a birthday.
Yeah, he's been,
Tell us a little bit about this guy. So he came over and he
came over from States. I played with his dad, but he grew up in States.
Yeah.
His dad and mom are from Czech, but yeah, so they speak both. He speaks
Mhm.
both. Kind of broken Czech, but I'm challenging him because it's his native language.
Yeah.
But yeah, he came here first year away from the family, so I imagine wouldn't be easy. So we took him kind of under our roof and trying to make him feel comfortable. He plays for NAX U18 program. He's doing pretty good. Working hard. Not easy in our household as well. He's got to entertain our kids at times, and he's doing an excellent job. Kids love him. He's been a great addition to our family. So,
cool.
we want to be there for him to support him.
And his dad played here a half year.
Yeah,
about a half season. Yeah.
And then he played Columbus, Colorado. Yeah, good. Yeah, really good family. Great guy. And his dad can't be here because he's got an exhibition game in Austria, in Vienna. So, kind of bad timing. But at least we can make it happen. And I think his mom is flying into to see his first WHL game. It's a big deal. Yeah, it's a big deal.
So, I mean, his dad was a big guy. His
Very
son,
big guy.
Yeah.
His son is, I think he's like 6'1", 6'2". I think he's gonna grow still. He's lengthy. He needs to build some muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got him work. Is he working out with you?
No, not with me. I couldn't be able to do it.
He couldn't keep up.
Oh no, I think like when I go back to Czech and I work out in the gym where the protein works out.
Yeah,
I think some guys would still have trouble to keep up with me.
Right. Well, I would believe that 100%.
Yeah, like I still go hard.
Yeah.
And like when I see somebody going even harder than me, then I'm trying to match it.
Do you think you'll ever come out to a Thursday hockey?
Okay. So next week. Are you here next week?
I'm here next week. Well,
I can't do it this week, but next week.
No. Okay. Well, just wait a second.
I will come.
You could come to Redwater on Thursday.
What is Redwater?
That's where the Critters are playing Thursday.
Is there going to be a skate at 12:30?
Well, on Thursday, technically no, because I'm going to go to Redwater. But there's a skate Monday. You could come out Monday.
What time?
12:30.
12:30 Monday, Argyle.
12:30 Monday, Argyle.
Are you going to be there?
I'll be there.
Monday, 12:30.
I'll be the one with bells on. Well, text me on Sunday. I'll text you.
Yeah.
All right. So we got that figured out.
I need to because I'm playing in that game, Shorzy.
Mm-hmm.
So this past weekend I was skating at Rogers. It was a fantasy camp from Rogers.
Yeah.
I mean, so like I don't know, customers or people who work for Rogers or some other companies that are affiliated with it. They, you could I think sign up, and then I was on the one team. Sean Ball was on the other team. I can tell I'm getting progressively worse and worse. It's terrible. It's bothering me.
Yeah.
Yesterday, I played against my son's school. It was teachers versus students at this school, plus me and Grant Stevenson as a NHL alumni.
SKS was talking about that. Yeah.
I sucked.
Well,
I took my son out, and then he took me out, so we both got two minute penalties.
Really?
Oh yeah, I wanted to beat the shit out of him, but that's a green light on the ice. Like I don't hit him at home, right? Like it's prohibited. But yeah, so he didn't want to fight me.
Really?
He didn't want to fight me. Yeah, he was talking this big game, and he scored a goal. So like he was like flying high too. Like he never scores goals, and he scored against us. I was very happy for him. But it was fun. It was fun. It's always a great time when son can play against dad.
Yes.
It's
father-son game.
Father-son game. It's awesome.
So Laddie, I was listening to Ken Hitchcock was on with Jason Gregory yesterday.
I saw it. I didn't hear any of it, but I saw it, and like I have to re-listen some of it.
Sure. The one thing I wanted to bring up with you, because it's the first thing that I thought of. So Hitch, and he's been around a long time, seen a lot of games, Hall of Fame, Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I know.
So Olympics, we're talking about Olympics. So he said one thing about their opposition when they were like 98 and 2002, when they played Czech. Okay, and it was Czech Republic, obviously back then still. He said that the style of play that a lot of the European teams played, and he specifically said Czech.
Mm-hmm.
The whole country played that style, he said. He said when kids are 10 years old or 12 years old, they start playing that style of hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And Hitch would say, well, they clog up the neutral zone. They'd have 3-4
Trap.
guys, whatever you want to call it, whatever system you want to have a name for it.
Yeah.
But he said, and that's what he said, why, when they play in the European, like say the Olympics or World Championship, that's why they were successful, because the players are already implemented that style of play since they're 10 years old. Now, explain that from a guy that was 10, 12 years old in Czech.
It has shifted now. Like now we are trying to play more modern hockey, but like back then it made more sense, right? Like you're facing powerhouses, or you're going to be facing powerhouses like US, Canada, Russia.
Yeah.
So like it's smart to get everybody on the same page. And I'm not a huge fan of the trap or whatever you want to call it, like clog up the neutral zone, which we shifted away from. It's not a modern hockey anymore, but back then it was a big thing. And like some teams, even in the pro league, still play that style.
Yeah.
Because it's like, honestly, like the Czech pro league is not a development league for young players. I honestly, like, when I tell the young guys, if you don't have a legitimate spot, like big minutes, you have to go like play junior, like here, or, because it's honestly, everything is so structured and so system oriented that like very, very few guys have like a free hands to do whatever they want. There's only a few guys. Fortunately, I was one of them. And you can ask the U20. He was my head coach too.
Right.
He lost all his hair because it's like we had some kind of system, and then like he let us do whatever. But most teams are like very structured. It's like, honestly, like it's not like up and down hockey. Some teams are trying to do, but like there's half and half. And like the teams, like especially the teams who don't have like the higher end players, they stick with that kind of like a trap, very like system, very disciplined. So that's when going back to 98 and like there was like 2000s, we knew we wouldn't have chance to go up and down against Canada or stuff like that. So the team was like very well. We did have some like difference makers like Hasek and that, like Jagr, Straka, like like we had good players, but still, if you wanted to beat and like win the tournaments, it had to be very structured, very system oriented, and that's what they did, and they were successful. And we won Olympics in 98, and we won a bunch of world championships in a row, and we were successful. That generation went away, and we didn't develop enough new players. And 25 years later now, like we are struggling. Like we're gonna have like decent forward group, I think, decent goalies, but like defense, we have 2 regular defensemen that play in the NHL. Not enough.
Yeah. It's funny because back then in the 98 and whatever you want to say, just that period of time, because 98 was the biggest thing in Nagano.
Yeah.
So Czech would have been, they'd go into a game and go, we're happy to win 1-0.
Yeah.
We're happy to get to a shootout. How's that?
Oh, 100%. And like the biggest reason we won the tournament was Hasek was like, that was one of the best performances on an international level ever.
Man, he was in everyone's head too.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But like when Hitch said that the whole country was playing the similar style, now it's the same. Like so
how much has it changed then in your life?
It changed dramatically. Now we are implementing system that we want to play fast. But I want to say it starts like U18 coaches, U20 coach, and the men's national team coach. They all work together. They
does it start even before that then?
I'd say like maybe U16, that like all these coaches, like the national team program, like starts from U16 all the way to men's nationals.
Yeah.
They meet once a week or once every 2 weeks. So, and they talk about the systems. Those U18, U20 and men's national head coaches, they go to every week, they pick like 3 cities, they go there, they show to like the junior teams, and or the junior coaches have to make a practice. They give them like a kind of agenda like what they want to work on. They have to put it together. They come there, they watch, they go on ice. And so what it forces the teams to be like, it forces them to be everybody on the same page. Because it makes sense. Like for a smaller country, like when guys are going from U16 to U17, U18, why switch systems? Like let's everybody have the same system, work on it, like really, really get good at it so we can be successful. And when you move up and up and up, it's not such a big difference for others.
So to play devil's advocate here a little bit, and you mentioned guys, they're different, especially in Straka, and you mentioned those. When you have this structure, and as you said, it's changing a little bit. Do you ever find, or would you ever say that maybe a player or two or three, you put them, in a position where they're not succeeding as much because they have the ability to be a little more, creative and show their own stuff and everything like that to what they can offer?
Well,
you know what I mean?
No. Well, like I said, like you on the team, like there's gonna be Pasternak there. There's gonna be Natchez there.
Yeah.
So there's area of the ice where the coach is going to play a certain way.
Yeah.
Like usually like D zone, or like it has to be like a well-oiled machine kind of thing. So the puck is moving fast out of the zone. You don't spend that much time in the zone. Neutral zone, like you cannot tell Pasternak or Natchez to like do this and this and that. No, like that's why you have like those like 2, 3, maybe 4 guys kind of on their own page a little bit. You need the creativity, and especially in the O zone, that's just like do whatever you want, guys. Right? Like you put them with guys that are defensively responsible, like, and they click with them. But like you let these guys do whatever they want, kind of thing.
We brought it up yesterday. It's an old story from Ken Hitchcock and Rob Brown. Robbie Brown, obviously. So when Robbie was in Kamloops, Hitch said to him, "When you have the puck, you do whatever you want with it." Who am I to tell Rob Brown, who's had 200 points in junior?
Yeah.
But when you don't have the puck, you got to do what I say.
That's exactly right. Like that's my point. Like you don't want to coach the creativity out of the player. Like we don't have that many players like that, right? It would be like harder for like Canada. They have like so many individualities, but like even with Canada, when you watch them, everybody like they put their egos aside and you see they play a certain way. And then you have like the difference makers again, like offensively, they do what I'm sure the coaches are not telling them, hey, Connor, do this and that. No, like we gotta let you do whatever you want, but away from the puck, you still have to back check. You still have to be on the right side of the player, on the right side of the puck, and and that's how it works. But like I said, when I see like Canada, US, if they can do it, I think anybody can do it because those teams are loaded with like all these players are difference makers on their teams
for sure. Just got a couple of minutes. We're going to have Helene St. James from Detroit on.
Detroit, yeah.
She's probably interviewed you over the years, I would imagine.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I would think so. Huh? Just with the Oilers, last game 2 nights ago with Buffalo. Do you look at it like, okay, we gave up a point or we got a point because of how the game went?
We gave up.
Gave up a point. Okay.
Well, it was back-to-back for Buffalo. I don't want to cut Buffalo down, but they're not the strongest team. They're coming into our building, and first 40 minutes was a sleep fest. Like it was sleepy. I honestly, I told my wife, if anybody can come back, it's going to be the Oilers in third period. That's what I said after second period, because it happened how many times in the past few years? So way too many. But the effort in the first 40 minutes was
not good enough.
No, it was horrendous. Like, let's be honest. It wasn't good enough. And then third period comes around, boom, Oilers just all over them. Buffalo, no chance. But for me, Buffalo deserved to win the game, and they did. Like, I don't want to talk about karma or any of that, but they deserve.
Sure, they did.
For 40 minutes, they were a better team. So
you expect a big rebound tonight then against
Detroit? I hope so. Detroit again, back to back.
3 and 4.
Yeah, 3 and 4. Detroit is rolling. Like they're a good team. Like they have. Like I know Yzerman was taking a lot of heat last year, but it starts to click. And like I saw on TV how many players they drafted and how many players they
nine players in the lineup last night.
Yeah. And that's something about their scouting. Like Detroit was always great at scouting. Let's be honest, like one of the best organizations. But like finally, it looks like everything is clicking, and him bringing like Patty Kane is having a good season. His connection with DeBrincat and Lucas Raymond, obviously great player. Sider, like they have some like intriguing young players.
Edmondson didn't play last night, I don't think. But I mean, Axel sending Pelika at the World's Juniors was phenomenal.
Then that guy's got to be getting better and better.
Oh, he's just so good.
He is so good.
Sider's obviously very, very good.
Yeah.
So
I think with Sider, we're gonna see another jump.
I would think so.
I would think so. He's what? 21, 20, 22?
Yeah. No,
Maybe
he
a
had
bit older.
22.
22? For defenseman, that's super young.
24, pardon.
Oh, sorry. 20.
Still a young guy. Got lots of runway here.
You can have another 10 years of his prime.
Exactly.
And he is a beast.
Yes. Top of the hour, Helene St. James from the Detroit Free Press. Before that, time now for a Sports 1440 update, brought to you by Loca Quality Market. And it is not your average grocery store. Loca Quality Market is a butcher, it's a baker, it's a cafe, deli, rotisserie, pizzeria. And get this, it is all under one roof. Shop local at loca.ca. Here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Game day for the Edmonton Oilers. They wrap up their homestand against the Detroit Red Wings. Wings winners last night in Calgary. Pre-game coverage beginning at 6 o'clock right here on Sports 1440. Puck drop coming just after 7. Dozen other games around the NHL. Sens are in Columbus. Leafs host the Sharks. Habs take on the Penguins. Vegas playing Philly. Boston heads to Winnipeg. Avs host the Panthers, and the Sabres continue the road trip with a stop in Vancouver. Week 15 in the NFL kicking off from Tampa up the top of the NFC South. They host their rival Falcons. Kickoff coming at 6:15. From the CFL, Hamilton Tiger Cats extending quarterback Bo Levi Mitchell on a 2-year deal. This past year, Mitchell led the league in passing yards and touchdowns and was an MOP finalist for the second straight season. 4 games on the hardwood. Portland playing New Orleans. Rockets host the Clippers. Boston in Milwaukee. And Jokic and the Nuggets take on the Kings in the nightcap. Coming up in hour 4 of the Kevin Karius Show, we'll be joined by Helene St. James from the Detroit Free Press covering the Red Wings, and we'll check in with a new edition of In or Out. I'm Brendan Douglas, that's your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440, the Stingray radio station. CKJR broadcasts from West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin.
Download the free Stingray music app and listen wherever you go.
As 2025 comes to a close, GS Construction would like to take the time and thank our crews, our partners, and our communities for another successful year of teamwork and growth. Together, we've helped keep Edmonton and the surrounding area moving by building and maintaining the underground infrastructure that keeps everything running smoothly. It's been another year of dedication, pride, and hard work the team has put in to make it all possible. To learn more about our people and our projects, visit gsconstruction.ca.
Weekly NFL giveaways, drink specials, huge screen TVs. The hits keep coming at First Round, Edmonton's NFL headquarters. Watch NFL football at First Round, and you could win a trip to your favorite NFL city for a regular season game next season. Catch NFL action Thursday nights, all day Sunday, starting with the Pro Bowl brunch from 10:30 to 2. Then Monday night with half-price boneless wings after 6 p.m. First Round, burgers, beer, sports. Downtown and Bourbon Street, West Edmonton Mall. The Junior Prospects Hockey League's 4th season is now underway. The JPHL offers elite athletic and academic opportunities for players in the 14U, 15U, 17U, and 18U divisions. All games are broadcast live on Silent Ice TV, featuring a showcase-style schedule and competitive matchups across Western Canada. Players work with experienced coaches, trainers, and elite hockey personnel. Learn more about Western Canada's fastest-growing elite hockey development stream at juniorprospectshockeyleague.com.
Aloha Edmonton, it's back. Century Vision Care's 4th annual Maui Christmas event on Friday, December 12th from 9 to 5. Century Vision Care, Edmonton's biggest Maui gym retailer, is bringing the island spirit to your holiday shopping. Enjoy in-house savings on all prescription and non-prescription Maui gyms, plus giveaways, prizes, snacks, and beverages all day. Same-day eye exam appointments are available, and they direct bill most insurance plans, but spots are filling fast. Get ahead on your Christmas list and treat yourself to a new pair of Maui gyms. Visit Century Vision Care on Instagram.
After 20 years, Canada's most prestigious international hockey tournament returns. The Camrose Viking Cup, December 28th to January 4th at Encana Arena. Tickets at vikingcup.ca. Brought to you by Sports 1440.
Diablo Boots sells only Canadian-made work and biker boots made by Canada West. No American or boots made in China, so no tariffs. All of Diablo's boots have replaceable soles and heels for longer life. Sizes 6 to 14 Triple E. Buy quality, buy Canadian. And support Canada West and Diablo, the two best names in the boot business. So save on boots by Save On Foods. That's Diablo Boots, 3340 Gateway Boulevard on the east side of Save On Foods. Buy Canadian. They're terrific.
Just in time for the morning skate. This is the Kevin Karius Show on Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 10 o'clock in Edmonton, and time now for the game of the day, brought to you by St. Albert Dodge, where the biggest sale of the year continues on the Jeep Compass. Hey, it's a Jeep. What more do you want? It's a 4x4. It's got the 8.4-inch touch screen. It's got the keyless entry. It starts at $34,900. It's only at stalbertdodge.com. As we welcome in Helene St. James from the Detroit Free Press. Good morning, Helene. You're with Kevin Karius and the former NHLer, Ladislav Mead. Thanks for jumping on Sports 1440 this morning. Really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Happy to be on.
Well, what did you make of last night's Detroit win in Calgary, Helene, where it was well in hand until the third period, where the Wings just hung on, but 2 points is 2 points.
2 points is 2 points, and it's funny because Todd McClellan likes to talk a lot about, if you get to 3, you should win, and yet the evidence keeps piling up that the Wings really need to get to 4 to win. So, but he was very open last night about how they certainly didn't play their best, but these were 2 valuable points, and they wake up this morning atop the Atlantic Division, which is just so crazy tight. They're sitting first place in the Atlantic, and they have a minus goal differential. I think we're all going to be sitting, at least in the East, the last day of the game. It's all going to come down to that, given nobody is really separating themselves, maybe outside of Washington and Carolina in the East.
Isn't it crazy, Elaine, in the sense the Wings get a win, they go to first place in the division. A couple losses, they're outside of the playoff cut line. It's crazy this year.
It is. You can fall to. Well, the Buffalo Sabres seem to have last place in their pocket. But other than that, you can, not play for 2 nights, which is rare given the Olympic condensed schedule. And fall into third from bottom or something in the East. That's the schedule these days.
For sure, Laddie.
Yeah. Hi, Eileen. We were just talking earlier today about how many players are on the Detroit Red Wings roster that drafted by the Detroit Red Wings. I think it was 9
last night.
That's I always knew that Detroit Red Wings always done a tremendous job scouting and drafting, and that's kind of their bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
But 9 players, that's I know there was a lot of criticism of Steve Yzerman's plan and last year, but it seems to me like 9 players on the roster. That's pretty good job by him. And now the things are, I get it, it's a really tight race, but the things are turning around a little bit. Detroit is really hot. Hats off to Steve Yzerman for me and the scouting staff.
Yeah, no, Steve has done a terrific job scouting since he came in 2019, and his first big pick was Moritz Seider in 2019, who's just, been an absolute workhorse for the Wings. Their problem predates, in 2015, Yevgeny Svechnikov, 2016, Dennis Cholowski, 2018, Philip Zadina. Right after that, Quinn Hughes goes to Vancouver. They 3 out of 4 years they picked first-round picks who never came to anything, and that really set the franchise back. I mean, we can see the impact. Seider, Edvinsson, Lucas Raymond, all his first-round picks, Marco Kasper to an extent. The difference they have made, but the franchise did suffer a setback in not drafting very well in 3 of the 4 years before Steve came in. And no luck in the draft lottery. 2020, they were the worst team by 20 points or something when the league shut down because of the pandemic, and they were pushed back to pick 4th. I mean, that's absurd, And the Rangers go from the playoff bubble to picking 1st overall.
How much do they talk about the 2018 draft, Helene, in the sense that, Quinn Hughes was their pick just ahead of him, where Detroit had Philip Zadina and Vancouver took Hughes 1 pick later?
No, exactly. And, I mean, from what I know, they wouldn't have taken Quinn Hughes anyway. They actually really liked Evan Bouchard a lot. But when Philip Zadina was available, they found it impossible not to take him. And, unfortunately, that decision did not work out at all. But, we all are geniuses drafting in hindsight, right? I mean, obviously, no other team realized what Quinn Hughes was going to become, or they would have taken him before 7th.
Yeah. I want to ask about the goalie situation as well. They're kind of sharing the net right now. Is there going to be moving forward clear number 1? Like, I think Cam Talbot is having a better year.
Or both over 3.0.
I'm based on wins and losses, I'd say. But is there going to, moving forward, are they going to make it one guy, number 1 and the other guy number 2, or is just going to be sharing that?
Well, I mean, certainly when they acquired John Gibson, it was with intent that he was going to be the number 1. Now I'm looking at their numbers this morning. Both have a .884 save percentage. Gibson with 17 and Cam Talbot with 16 games. Talbot has played really well. Gibson has played much better of late. He really struggled early on, and then the team wasn't playing very well in front of him. But I think the Wings are like so many teams where they would love a guy to step up and say, hey, I'm number 1. But again, I go back to this condensed schedule. Teams play every other day. Like you need at least 2 goalies you can count on.
Yeah. Helene St. James from the Detroit Free Press, our guest on the Kevin Carey Show on Sports 1440. And speaking of goalies, we're very familiar with the guy that you got down in Grand Rapids, and that's Sebastian Cossa, having another hell of a season, and everyone and their dog is trying to pry Cossa out of Detroit. When do you think
Edmonton?
When do you think his role to be a full-time NHLer is?
Well, I think they have to take a look at him this season because he's out of waiver exemptions after this season. So they need to figure out what they have in him. And he's really finally dominated at the minor league level the way they've been waiting for him to do since they drafted him. So, I think it's only a matter of time before he's up and, knock on wood. I mean, Talbot is 38, Gibson 32. It's everybody deals with injuries, right? So at some point, Sebastian Cossa will get a chance to come up and show what he can do at the end.
Shocked if he doesn't start getting some time here, in the back half of the season, because he's been that good. Who else coming down the pipeline here would you say, Helene, has a legitimate shot of pressing for maybe a roster spot in the second half as the season progresses here?
Well, they really liked their 2025 top pick, Michael Brunswick-Nugo, out of camp. Then he was really probably their best player in training camp and exhibition season, but struggled, once the season began. But he's somebody, that they're very, very high on. And he's already over 6 feet and 200 pounds, as a teenager. So they liked that he has some size to withstand playing against men. So he's someone that they'll be looking at. But honestly, they've called up Nate Danielson, Axel Sandin Pellikka made the team out of camp. They have most of their recent top prospects already on the roster. I mean, they really made a heavy shift towards, okay, let's have the youth movement now, and you live with the mistakes that they make.
Yeah.
Lena, I want to talk a little bit about Emmett Finney. Kind of surprised that he made a team this year. I coach his brother. He played for Edmonton Oil Kings in the WHL, and when I saw Emmett Finney, I was like, oh, familiar name. So I Googled him, and of course they're brothers. But I was kind of shocked that he made a team out of the camp, and looking at his stats, he's doing pretty good. Is it kind of surprise, or like he was kind of a later draft pick? I guess he earned his spot.
A seventh rounder. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. You know what? He's a great example of when opportunity presents itself, take it. Because so James Van Riemsdyk missed camp to be very understandably with his newborn babies and wife. So he might have been somebody who they would have looked at on that line with Dylan Larkin. But with Van Riemsdyk not available, they gave Finney a look, and he's such a good skater, and he does the dirty work on that line for Larkin and Lucas Raymond, and so he's managed to he's struggled at times, like any young player, but he's managed for the most part to convince them that he's really the best fit for them on that line.
Yeah.
And just a terrific story. Such a great kid.
Yeah. I mean, seventh rounders, normally those are such a...
He's only 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy. 7th round, 20 years old. That's very rare to be on the regular roster every night.
Absolutely.
Good for him.
Helene St. James from the Detroit Free Press, our guest on the Kevin Karius Show with Ladislav Schmid. Todd McLellan, what's he added to this team since he came in? Especially, I'm thinking too, Helene, right after that first game where he was not happy with how the team played, and he was basically called the team out right away. It obviously worked because he sort of nipped things in the bud, if you want to call it that. Maybe just speak to what Todd's meant to the franchise since he's come in there.
Oh, he's had such a transformative effect on them. It's almost lifeless. They were last year going into Christmas. They lost in Montreal. They came home and lost 4-0 to the St. Louis Blues on December 23rd. I mean, there was no life left in them, and that's really what prompted Steve to make the change. And Todd has come in. He's so vocal in practices. I mean, from where we sit, we can often hear him, and he'll blow the whistle during the drill and point out, what are we doing here? Is this what you guys want to have happen, or what are we doing? You can just tell what a great command he has over the team, and he's been absolutely terrific. And you can tell that he really appreciates coming back to Detroit. I mean, he was an assistant here many years ago when they were much more successful, but I think you can tell he sometimes gets frustrated that lessons seem to need to be learned again and again. But overall, I mean, he's probably been Steve's best hire. Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know him. I don't know Todd McLellan, but he has been around for a long time. But I like his passion. Like his press conferences. Like now you mentioned that he's vocal at the practices. Some guys don't like it, but I don't mind, especially for a younger team. There's a lot of young players on your team. So like somebody that blows the whistle, teaches the details, walks them through it. I think it's very important to have. Like I mentioned, especially for a younger team. I want to talk about Patty Kane, like what he meant to, what he means to that organization in the locker room, on the ice. I play against him. He caused me a lot of sleepless nights playing against him in Chicago, especially. But he's having a terrific year, at his age after, a bunch of surgeries. Hats off to him. So can you tell us a little bit more about his addition to the team?
Yeah, I thought he was lining it up after he scored in Seattle that he was going to get a couple more goals on this trip and have it lined up so he scores number 500 Saturday night when the Wings are at a little team known as the Chicago Blackhawks. So he's just been absolutely phenomenal. I knew what an incredible player he was, but I didn't know how great he was in the locker room until I see it every day now. I mean, he's so humble. He always packs up his own gear. He's always makes himself available to media. He's such a great role model. Just very quietly goes about being an absolute professional, who's going to be a first ballot inductee into the Hockey Hall of Fame one of these days. So he's been an absolute phenomenal addition, but we should also mention the second guy taken in 07, Van Riemsdyk again. Those two guys are having both very nice positive impact on the team. So kind of a shout out to the older generation.
To all us old farts, Helene, I guess, for sure.
Yeah.
So on the back end, Eric Gustafsson called up from Grand Rapids. What's the situation with the injury to Simon Edvinsson as well then?
Yeah, they seem to not believe they'll have Edvinsson or Bernard Docker available tonight since it's an emergency call-up. That can change, but with them being on the second of a back-to-back, not a lot of information out there just yet. But they obviously felt they needed to have another body to help fill out the roster tonight.
Helene, as always, great insight. Thanks for your time. Really appreciate it this morning. Enjoy the game tonight and have a wonderful holiday season.
You too.
Yeah, have a good one.
Helene St. James, Detroit Free Press. Our game of the day brought to you by St. Albert Dodge. Biggest sale of the year is on right now again with the Jeep Compass starting at $34,900. Check them out at stalbertdodge.com. What?
Question for you.
Sure.
Is Patty Kane
the
best American ever?
That's what we said this morning.
I'd say yes.
I have him at number 1, yeah.
Who would be number 2?
Wow.
Is Mike Modano there?
I mean,
any defenseman? We are Brian Leach.
I mean, for longevity, Chelly's in there for longevity, right?
I'd say Patty Kane.
That's where I got.
What about Duke? Like
Duke doesn't.
Duke is so quiet unless it's his love life or his family.
Opposite. False, fake news. No, I'm there with you, laddie. I do think Patrick Kane is the greatest American player to ever play. And I get it. I'm biased. I've watched his entire career as like an avid hockey watcher. I caught the end of, or not really like the best years of guys like Chelio. So you have to admire the longevity, Norris winner, Stanley Cup winner, all those things. Modano, I think, is right up there as well. Those would probably be off top of my top 3. But what Kane has accomplished at an individual level, on a team level, the numbers he's put up, of course, like he's an Art Ross winner, all these things. I think he takes my top spot.
Yeah, he's totally one for me. The one guy that I would like to see had he not been hurt and had concussions is Patty LaFontaine.
He was a good player.
I'd like to see him have if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get it. Like I watched him growing up. He was tremendous in Buffalo.
I just look at, if you look at Patty Kane now, he's at 1,300 some. Modano played 1,500 games left.
How many points does Patty Kane have? Sorry.
Total?
Yeah.
I have it right here. All time, he has at 1,364. He's played 1,324. 1,364.
The game.
Yeah. But you look at LaFontaine, 865 games played. Throw another 400 on there.
Yeah.
Throw another 5 seasons in his prime.
He's not a Hall of Fame, eh? Pat LaFontaine, is he?
Duke, he's in there with Otzi, isn't he? Isn't he not?
Is he?
He's in there with Otzi.
I don't know. Like, am I stupid question? Or
no, I think he's in the Hall of Fame.
He's in the Hall of Fame. Good.
I don't. That's a topic that's a little touchy around here.
Why?
Oh, okay. It just
there was one day. This is a while ago. We were even in the old studio, and it was just Kevin and I in house for the day. And we were talking about Adam Oates.
No, I'm talking about guys that weren't in the Hall of Fame with the numbers.
But and Kevin said, he's like, oh, Adam Oates, how is this guy not in the Hall of Fame? And I kind of stopped.
Stop it.
I kind of stopped, and I'm isn't he in the Hall of Fame?
Do not say that, Duke. I said, because we said the numbers, and they said, Adam Oates, rolled off his stats. I said, are those Hall of Fame numbers?
Yeah. Okay. Sure. That's and then I immediately was like, I think he is in the Hall of Fame. We do a quick fact check, and for like the last 20 years, he's been in the Hall of Fame. But
I'll tell Laddie the story with
one
Otzi.
of the best passers ever.
Otzi, yeah.
Maybe the best.
Best.
Right there with Wayne.
Yeah, you played with him.
No, I didn't.
Not what?
No, I didn't.
I'm trying to think.
No. But he was
Ducks legend, Adam Oates.
Ducks legend.
He was on the 03 team that went to the Cup final.
Yeah, but
when we come back, we're going to go in or out, I guess, eh?
It always comes back to full circle to the Ducks, eh?
First place team.
First place team. My God. Let's talk in February.
Yes.
Well, they might be lucky because Not too many players. Oh no, Leo Carlson's gonna be on the Swedish team. Gudas going for Czech. That's it though, no?
Who else?
I think that's it.
That's it?
For Olympics.
The stall.
Who is?
The stall?
Oh, the
Dostal
stall.
will go
Oh, yeah,
for the
the stall.
Czech.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's probably
That's
it.
probably it.
Yeah.
So you're gonna be nice rested. Well rested. Orange County, Sun.
Brett Hall, a
Not bad.
couple guys, Playbook Vicar, talking about Canadian American because he's kind of both, right?
Patty Kane.
Patty Kane. In or out when we come back, Kevin Karius, Ladislav Schmid, Duke of Delburne, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, and Instagram, plus Twitch.
Top quality flooring, locally owned, and Canadian products from Beaulieu. Yeah, that's CFI.
CFI what?
No, CFI, Custom Floors Inc.
From free estimate to professional installation, contact Custom Floors Inc. at customfloorsinc.ca.
Ugh, seriously, another door knocker? I really want to go solar, but these high-pressure tactics are exhausting.
And their prices are unbelievable. Before we do anything, let's call Great Canadian Solar.
There's a better way to go solar. Great Canadian Solar provides honest advice and fair pricing to save you from overpaying. They're easy to deal with and will never put pressure on you to buy. As a trusted local business for over 15 years, Great Canadian Solar will support you in your solar journey. Visit greatcanadiansolar.com and call today to get started.
At Fountain Tire, get up to 15% off select tires, up to $125 off a set of 4 select Goodyear tires, and $50 off $150 service until December 13th. Restrictions apply. Book today. Fountain Tire. We're on this road together, Canada.
If you're looking for nonstop sports coverage, tune into Sports 1440, Edmonton's only sports radio station.
24/7 coverage comes at you with expert commentary, in-depth analysis,
And so much more.
We are Sports 1440.
If you're selling a vehicle, Sherwood Honda really wants to get your goat. We mean greatest offer of all time. Consign with Sherwood Honda, and they can sell your vehicle for you. All breeds, makes, and models, not just Hondas. You can let Sherwood Honda lock horns with those tough negotiators, and you'll reach the interested buyers that flock to Sherwood Honda every day. Sherwood Honda's the GOAT of selling vehicles, including yours. So someone Sherwood...
I'm Saxon, and this is my little sister Goldie. I'm Goldie, and this is my little sister Saxon. Wait a minute. I'm the big sister around here.
And I'm Rick Showers from Noble RV, and these are my granddaughters. They like to help with the holiday commercials. It's sort of a tradition in our family. And since they moved from Australia to Nashville, we get to see them more.
It's nice to live in the same hemisphere with Grandma and Papa.
That's right, Saxon. And at Noble, the holidays are all about family. And really, that's what camping is all about, too.
Maybe I should come work for you at your store, Papa. I can make the Goldie cakes.
Maybe in a few years.
Papa says used RVs are way better than new RVs.
That's right, Saxon. You learn quickly. So what do you have to say to all the people listening on the radio?
Happy Christmas to everyone in Canada.
And that's Noble.
NobleRV.ca.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 10:23 in Edmonton. Mark Spector reporting down from Rogers Place. 2 Skinner starts in goal for the Oilers tonight. Same exact lineup as last game. Frederick took 14 stitches from the puck in the face yesterday, but will play tonight.
Warrior.
Chris Knobloch says he'll have a little souvenir. So he took one, he got in that scrap with Olivier, right? Took one under the eye, so a little zipper there, one more in the cheek. All of a sudden, that's such a
hockey
pretty
guy. That's a hockey guy.
You want.
Take a picture.
Yes.
Put it on the social media. That's a hockey guy.
I'm going to blow you away with something here, laddie. You're not going to believe it. Okay, how many stitches do you think you had in your face? Total.
Me?
Total.
I have no idea.
Ballpark. Lips and whatever, the whole bit. Chin. above it, snout over the eye.
60, 70. Like inside of my mouth too?
Yeah, inside,
Ooh, yeah,
inside.
that's gonna be close to 100.
Yeah. I'm at 200. 200 stitches on this pretty face, laddie. And can you believe it?
Is it in your hair?
None? No, just all on the face.
My dad's got
200.
My dad's got over 300 stitches
on his face?
Face and the hat because he never played with the bucket.
300.
Yeah, over 300. But like he had.
But you're still a good-looking guy for 100.
Well, Australia.
I was waiting for something to come my way.
No, dude, like you're a good-looking guy.
Oh, thank you.
Like for your age of 75, you look tremendous. No, you do look like you do look good. Strutty always cuts me down. Though.
Why?
Like, because he's so insecure about his.
That's exactly.
That's always the guys who are most insecure. They just take trips. You like always he goes anywhere on spitting chicklets, he cuts them down right away because he's insecure. But his hairline is have you seen his hairline?
Yeah.
There's a clinic in Turkey that
Really?
specializes. Yes, we talked about it at the Oil Kings office because I brought it up and the coaches that seriously
in
apparently people fly to Turkey. Apparently, Barstool people went like on trip there for like
yeah,
5
because you can get it done for infinitely cheaper.
Cheaper.
Thing about like people
works.
flying to South America to get some other plastic surgery, whether it be the backside or maybe the chest augmentation and
Chest
stuff.
enhancement. Go to check.
Also big in Turkey there as well for that.
Well, Sturdy he could go for 3 or 4 for 1 year.
If you want fake bumps at home, go to check. It's like $3-4 grand.
Really?
Yeah, same quality.
Oh, I just see Strutty rolling into Turkey here and Istanbul. And
I'm gonna send.
Where's that hair
I'm
place?
gonna find that clinic. I'm gonna send it to Shauna to. But no, that I talked to Strutty the other day. He helped me out training for my son. So, yeah, I appreciate him. But he did. I went on his podcast and he was tripping me about how I look. I'm like, Strutty.
Oh,
come on. What are we talking about here? Like I get the ratings up. Just and now even more so because we are fine.
Exactly.
Right. Me and you, Gav. Me and you.
I agree, laddie. Yeah. Number 1, baby. Time now for Are You In or Out?
Okay. You know what? Moving too fast. Bottom line. Are you in or are you out?
In or out of what?
No time for questions. Just action. In or out.
Well, then I'm out.
I'm sorry, Jet. Actually, you're already in.
Are you in or are you out?
On Sports 1440.
I thought you would go, I'm in, Bob. We would have had a really cool moment, but you kind of ruined the whole thing.
And The Rock.
You like the intro?
I like the intro. I like the movie. What was it called?
CIA.
Central Intelligence.
That's a pretty good movie, I thought.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Now, it's tougher to find good comedies these days, but I thought that's several years ago now, but I thought that was pretty funny. Pretty good.
All right, Duke, let her buck.
The Oilers, they're wrapping up their homestand tonight against the visiting Detroit Red Wings. Winners last night in Calgary. 3 and 4 days. Second half of back-to-back. Things looking favorable for Edmonton. But hey, we said the same thing on Tuesday when the Sabres were here. Tonight's game, how the Oilers play, their effort, the total encompassing version of their style of hockey will tell us, the viewers, if Tuesday's game was the exception to their new string, a new style, or just more of the same as the team will head back on the road for several out east.
Well, I'm going to say it's the exception, Duke, for sure.
Yeah.
Don't you think so, laddie, or what?
I hope so.
But
if it's
I'm visual here.
If it's more of the same, then the team is in way deeper caca than we thought.
Do you know what I want today? Even if the game is not going your way.
Yeah.
And there's going to be games you're not going to have feet or something's not going. I just want the team not wait for Connor or Leon.
Someone else.
Please, someone else.
And that can be a hit. It can be go to
exactly. It doesn't have to
start a scrum.
Something. And there were opportunities even in second period against Buffalo. There were like a scrum around the net. Grab somebody and beat the hit out.
Just anything. Just
anything. Like and like I mean, not everybody's at the same level as those two or Nuge or you know, but it seems to me everybody's always like waiting.
Yeah.
Waiting what they gonna do. No, you be the guy. And like we said, it's not that hard to hit somebody, to scrap at somebody, to do somebody or big block.
Anything.
Just don't be the guy that waits. Be the guy who takes charge.
Because there was opportunities there in that second period. A lot of them.
Yeah.
I just keep going back to the stat that it's no secret. Everybody's pretty well aware of it. And I think it's pretty incriminating 2.5 months into the year that they have not won 3 games in a row yet.
That is great. Yeah, I actually I forgot about it. I heard it on the TV. Bob was talking about it.
And that's okay. Like to win 2, lose 1, win 2, lose 1. If we're using the most generic version, like that, I mean, that's winning twice as many games as you lose. That is a good stretch of play if you put it in big perspective. But not when you've put yourself so far behind the 8 ball in the first 2 months of the year that you're playing catch up. Like that's not enough to play catch up on these other teams in front of you in the standings that are largely still playing a good version of their own hockey inside the Pacific Division, right? If we're talking Ducks, Sharks, Vegas, just to name the couple teams up top, right? LA, right? Of course. So I just think like they have been playing such a better version of their game, going back to the end of the road trip, right? In Tampa, in Florida, and then coming back, the loss to Dallas, pretty ugly. But beside, if you consider that the exception, this has been a pretty good team the last few weeks.
Yeah,
but then you see a chance to get off that schneid in a spot you absolutely should win against an inferior team, and you come out and you play 40 minutes of incredibly lackluster hockey. I still think there's just a little bit looming for me of saying is like, what version of the Oilers are we going to get tonight? And I think this game against the Red Wings, once again, this is a first place team, but schedule dictates that this should be a spot for the Oilers to take advantage of.
Yeah.
So
do they? Question.
I mean, again, back to back 3 and 4 nights for Detroit. You gotta and come out hard, bury them early.
Yeah,
like it's your home building. That's what I want. Like the energy, first 10 minutes, just pound them.
For the Red Wings on the other side of tonight's slate, as I said, number 1 team in the Atlantic Division. Doesn't take very many games to jump up and down spots in the East right now because of how condensed things are, as our previous guest, Helene St. James, pointed out. But I actually think that Detroit is right there with the likes of Ducks, Sharks, Blackhawks, whomever else you want to include, as the league's biggest surprises through 2.5 months of the regular season. We all keep waiting for them to take that next step, where we expected them to be a first-place team here in mid-December.
I'm out.
So am I. I'm out too.
I'm out. Ducks and Sharks are, for me, way bigger surprises.
I think, too, the Detroit Red Wings...
And they just hop on the top of their division for me.
Well, they can go from first to ninth in one day.
And they're like a minus goal differential. Like, for me, the bigger stories, for sure, are Ducks and Sharks. I'm still waiting for them to fall off, but I am happy for them. Because they have been going through some tough, rough times, both organizations. So I'm happy for them. They finally seems like they found the faces of their franchises with Celebrini and Bedard. Bedard had like so 2 years. Now he's legitimate superstar this year. Celebrini, hats off to him. It's incredible what he's been able to accomplish. The team is still really young, at the beginning of their journey, but
to me, Detroit has more of a veteran team
exactly
as well. So I mean, even the guys like Mo Sider and Lucas Raymond, they've been around long enough now.
Yeah, for quite a bit.
So they're 23, 24 years old.
You have DeBrincat, you have Patty Kane.
Larkin's a really good leader.
You have Talbot, you have Gibson. Like I'd say I wouldn't compare it. Like I'm sorry, Duke. I see your point, but I'm like I would give more credit to your Ducks, and to your. Well, not your Sharks. You probably hate Sharks, right? Because same division.
It's so funny. For a long time, I did like the Marlo Thornton years. I just despised them because every year they were the preseason pick to win the cup, and I'm like, they stink in the playoffs. Why do people keep falling for this? But then it's almost as natural human instinct. Teams go through tough years, like they've been so bad the last couple, that I'm rooting for them. I want to see them good. I love Macklin Celebrini, the Will Smith, William Eklund additions. A guy like Toffoli, still for everything he's accomplished. Love to see it. So it's kind of weird how that works, even if they are a rival team, division rival team. But like, I still like, I get it. Detroit, like they have the first place. That's a handful, 6 more than the likes of the Blackhawks and the Sharks. Sharks goal differentials -12 in the spot there and just outside the playoff cut line. Hawks are -2. So like these version of young teams running gun a little bit. Ducks still in the same camp too. They just have had a few more wins on the ledger at this stage. I just think the step Detroit has taken this year is larger than we even thought it to be. We want them to be in the playoffs. The Iser plan has been years and years in the process. All of a sudden, his seat was maybe starting to look like it could be getting a little warm. And here they are. It's still, 30-ish games into the season, lots of runway left for them to figure out what they're going to do. But I've been very pleasantly surprised by what they've accomplished here through 30 games of the season.
Fair enough.
Another goal turned over last night in the Blackhawks and Rangers game due to a kind of inadvertent hand pass. Guy knocks it down, goes to play with his own stick, just kind of whiffs on it, goes off the side of the net. Teammate picks it up, tucks it in, waved off. Hand pass, as the rule implies. I think very much as we've seen the change in the off the skate goal potential, right? If it's not a distinct kicking motion, aka intentional to kick the puck in, it's a good goal. I think we changed in the effect of the hand pass. If it's inadvertent, it's all good to go.
I'm in. Like,
go ahead, laddie.
No, go ahead.
Well, I think like too. Okay, if you've got your hand on your stick, your gloves on your stick, that's part of your stick. To me, that should be
the goal that got called against or called back by the Sabres.
Tucks should have been in.
I agree. I what was it? Tampa Bay too.
Yeah, like Hagel's on the wall. He puts it up to protect his face. It goes off the back of his hand.
Like, what are we
Play
talking
continues,
about?
and that's called back.
Isn't NHL all for like more goals?
Trying to get more goals.
Come on.
Besides picking the puck up and throwing it into the net.
Yeah, like
I mean,
exactly. Like it's like the Tucks goal. Like that should have been in.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay goal again yesterday. Again, like it's ridiculous. It's the inconsistency that drives me nuts. And it's just not the hand passes. It was like with the feet, like goals with the feet, goalie interference. I won't even go there because that's ridiculous what is happening. Nobody knows what the rule is. Each referee does whatever they want. Like they're confused. Fans are confused. I'm confused, pissed off at home. I just want to rip the TV off the wall. That's how pissed off I am. But like these hand passes, I feel like the media need to get on it. So the next
try and push this.
So the next meetings when they have it, like I don't know, the government meetings or whatever, the GM meetings, they have to address it. Like if they want more goals, just like it's like all these goals were legitimate goals for me. Legitimate goals. It wasn't like you
like
took
they're
it
hockey
and
plays.
They're hockey plays. It's not like you're putting it on somebody's stick. No, it was like a reaction.
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, nobody's gloving the puck down and throwing it like a frisbee to spring a guy on a breakaway. Like that's not what we're talking about here.
The worst was Tampa. Like
that was a tough one.
That was
very tough.
That was ridiculous. I would be losing my mind on the bench as a coach. And I think Cooper was like laughing because he was so mad that he had to laugh.
Yeah.
Like come on.
Precisely.
Thursday Night Football, kicking off Week 15 in the NFL tonight. NFC South matchup, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers hosting the division rival, Atlanta Falcons. Despite being losers of 4 of their last 5, their division lead has disappeared. They are in a deadlock with the Carolina Panthers. 2 head-to-head games still to go between the Panthers and Bucs. I still think Tampa covers 4.5 points tonight.
Hey, bet you, baby, I'm in, and it's my first pick, Duke, so I will be taking
That's
Tampa
your choice?
Bay.
All right.
I'll be taking.
I'm in on this one.
Attaboy, laddie. You're on my side again.
I am.
Whenever you and I are in concurrence, in agreement,
you win.
Yes, that's right.
So I should have kept track of those stats. See if that's actually true.
Start now. What is the score now, boys?
34-29 for me, and then 1 tie.
That's not that bad.
1 push.
I'm okay.
What is the score with your father-in-law?
That's
you want to hear the text? Listen to this text this morning that old man Baker sent. You nominate tonight in 1 game Sunday. I am plus 16 as of now. That's $160. You might want to get help from the Duke because it is so obvious that you need it.
Oh, he loves giving you.
You think I like going over there for Sunday dinners? Do you really?
Is it every Sunday?
Yes.
At least good food or?
Oh, of course it's good food.
Well, don't say of course.
It is probably the best food you could imagine. I'll bring
it's your mother-in-law that cooks or him?
Well, everyone. It's
chips
like
in?
Chips in, yeah.
Okay.
So anyway,
can you imagine? Well, at least the food is good. Can you imagine getting shitty food and losing all the games?
But you're still
double punishment.
Forced to go over there every week regardless.
Double punishment. Double punishment.
The Falcons are a confusing team because Kevin, we talked about it off the top this morning. You picked them as a potential team that could upset the reigning champ of a division and overtake. They have all the skill on paper in the world. But John Robinson is maybe the best running back in the NFL. Drake London, Injury troubles have plagued him a little bit. The wait for Kyle Pitts has continued.
Yeah.
Michael Penix showed some promise at the end of last year after taking over the starting
Two
role.
rookies on the rush ends.
Oh yeah, and
linebacker
Pearson and Jalen have been really good, or Jalen Walker. So it's just so confusing how bad the Panthers have been. And we had Josh Kendall on this morning, and he said it. I think Raheem Morris's chair is very hot because I don't think Arthur Blank is a very patient owner. And with the massive talent they've had through the draft, the results should be so much better.
I brought up that week 9 thing. It's 24-23. They beat the Pats that game. Their whole season could be totally different.
Yeah, and they skunked a couple times by the Panthers this year. It's been wild to see what the Falcons have been.
Or awful.
Finally, today is National Have a Bagel Day. Had one myself this morning.
Did you?
It was a plain whole wheat bagel. Smear a little cream cheese on there. I like to go the half cream cheese, half like jam, raspberry jam, mixed berry, whatever. Strawberry rhubarb is exceptional. But I think the best type of bagel is the cinnamon raisin.
I'm out.
I was just waiting, just like with the peanut butter and jelly. It's like, have you ever had bagel?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm out too.
Actually, Laura made some nice bagels homemade.
What do you mean she made
them? Oh yeah. You got to boil them first, and then you got to bake them.
I don't even know how.
Well, you boil it. That's how you make a real good bagel. You got to boil them for, I don't know, 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
You boil the dough.
You take the dough and you put it in the thing, and you got to boil them.
And
first.
then you bake it.
Then you bake it, yeah.
So what would be your go-to?
I'd probably more just, like Duke says, like the plain or the whole wheat, like something like that with.
Everything bagel for Laddie Daddy.
Okay, what's on it?
Cream cheese, and I honestly like it with cream cheese and salami.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of, because this is seemingly very common. I've never had it actually, but you see it in movies and stuff all the time.
Good.
Like a salmon on a bagel with
Yeah.
cream cheese.
If you like a smoked salmon on like a cream cheese and a bagel, oh my god! But the bagel needs to be really toasted,
right?
But
really
toast, but not too over toasted.
No. It can but it needs to be crunchy. Nikolai Habibulin was a big fan of smoked salmon.
Was he?
Like, I'm pretty sure he liked the caviar and all that stuff too. Typical Russian.
Laddie, explain to me. I've tried them, like the everything bagel, which you say is your favorite.
I like the garlic.
I can't quite get behind. I think they're fine, but this has like become such a craze the world over that like you can buy everything bagel seasoning just in a jar and put it on whatever you want.
So like I wouldn't just like buy what my wife does sometimes, which I'm not a huge fan. Like just like the Dempster. Like no, I go to Bonton. Everything.
Get some nice fresh bagels, yeah.
Or Bliss Bakery too on 107 and 149. What is this? The bird? No. Have you heard the word? The bird is the word.
Bird is the word. No,
the bird is the word.
Crickets are the word in here.
You want to explain this to Laddie? What's been going on?
Laddie, we believe that some of our coworkers over at K97 have planted like one of those little machines or something that just play cricket noises either randomly on a timer or maybe they remote it from their phone.
Let's go beat them up.
And Josh and Kevin in a couple commercial breaks have been doing their best to pull things off the wall here and see if they can find it, but to no avail. We've heard these crickets chirping at semi-regular intervals over the past 4 hours.
So you think it's 97?
I think it was Pete and Terry because they love grinding Kevin's gears. There was a week stretch, Laddie, where Kevin was going over and doing his morning hit over there, right before we start at 7, and they would find like the most absurd, asinine, like Facebook story type Oilers rumors, and then bring them up to Kevin, and be like, "So I heard the Oilers are trading Connor McDavid for Ilya Sorokin," or so, like just random absurd things like that, just because they know it gets him fired up. And he's like, "Where do you guys read this crap? This is all so stupid."
I'd call them dummies and everything. Yeah. Bob Yanakoulias.
But you take it.
No, I don't. I got Bob Yanakoulias says the salmon or smoked salmon egg Benedict on a bagel poppy seed is the best ever. Try it at New York Bagel in Edmonton.
New York Bagel?
That's what he says. New York Bagel. Edmonton. I don't know. Well, maybe he's typed it in wrong.
Yeah.
All bagels should be double toasted. Cream cheese to the bagel type as follows: blueberry with strawberry cream cheese. That's a blueberry bagel. Cinnamon raisin with plain cream cheese.
That's what I had yesterday. for the first
Sesame
time.
or everything bagel with herb and garlic cream cheese.
That's sorry, I forgot. Yeah, we buy for everything
Okay.
bagel. We buy the herb and whatever Philadelphia.
Klaus knows his bagels. Lastly, the plain bagel with plain cream cheese with salt and pepper.
I had for the first time I had cinnamon raisin bagel yesterday with plain cream cheese. And it was delightful. My wife gave it to me at the age of 39.
Mitch says a BLT bagel. I don't know. There's some good ones.
We don't even have bagels in Czech.
Oh,
First time I saw bagel was here in North America.
guess what we had yesterday in studio?
Don't even.
Huh?
Why?
Yesterday, our good friends,
Awesome.
Ryan and Preeti from Denny's came in with the Moons Over Hyman, they call it now, the Moons Over Miami. They had the beautiful sandwich. They had the hash browns.
So
And,
for you and Schlemmer.
and well, see what happened. Josh stole Duke's. And then they had the hush puppies.
He didn't
in
steal
here.
it. I said he could have it. I had a
Oh,
couple of the
is it
hush
good?
puppies. You have those, laddie? The like dough balls, little syrup, cinnamon on the inside. You dip them in some icing. It's like a dessert.
Do you think I look this way because I eat that kind
But
of
you'd
crap?
still treat yourself to
Oh,
dessert every now
was
and
it good,
again.
laddie?
Yeah, ice cream.
The beautiful eggs over Miami or Hyman, as he calls them.
But I wouldn't know because nobody brings me anything.
That's not true.
Except for
Levers.
Levers. I was just gonna mention, but he's the only one. He's
Levers
the
brought
big
in.
guy.
He brought in the
Yeah.
boneless, but you would prefer the bone in, right?
No,
for
I
the-
don't care.
Oh,
I liked it. I enjoyed it.
really?
It depends what kind of mood I am in. Like if I feel like I'm lazy a little bit, like sleepy, boneless.
So what are
is
you going to
fine.
have for lunch today? What's Kim going to make you for
I don't
lunch?
know, probably salad and some sandwich, the usual.
Really?
But for dinner, salmon and Caesar salad. She makes homemade Caesar salad.
Yeah.
Delightful, and I like salmon. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. You should. Okay, so the size of my Caesar salad is
The whole bowl.
She
yeah.
she makes like the bowl is this big.
Yeah. So how
She-
many heads of romaine? Probably.
I don't know, 4 or 5.
Really? And you eat the whole thing?
Well, she takes a little bit away, then the Maddie takes a little bit. That's about it. Then I eat the
You
rest.
eat the rest.
Yeah.
Lots of garlic in there?
Yeah, in the dressing she makes
Do you
it
put
homemade.
anchovies? Does she put anchovies?
No,
in?
because she doesn't like anchovies,
Okay. What about
which is fine with me.
what about what do you call those?
We're
No, well, the croutons are automatic. No,
bacon,
the pickled little tiny things. What do you call them?
artichokes.
No.
No?
They're like
She adds
capers. Yeah, capers.
No,
Yeah.
she adds tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
I like little tomatoes
So
for
you-
juiciness. I like
in a-
it.
like cherry tomatoes
Cherry tomatoes. I like
in
it.
a Caesar salad.
I like it.
Come on now.
Yeah, I like it.
Come on now.
No, it's got a little juiciness to it.
Jordy says, I just love when this turns into a cooking show. I actually learn a thing or two.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. If you want, yeah, you can throw some hockey questions. I'm happy to answer those, but
Well, when we come back, we'll wrap up the show. Good stuff.
with
on
Duke's Love Life, yeah.
yeah,
We're
we
gonna
got
wrap it
some
up.
time. Yeah, we haven't had time to talk about it.
Yeah, we didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get to it when we come back. Kevin Karius, Duke of Delburne, Ladislav Schmid, Josh Fenwick on Sports 1440 AM Radio. We're streaming on YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch.
Hey everybody, it's Chief Principe and Jason Stradley. Join us on a 7-night cruise through the Mexican Riviera, leaving from Los Angeles and including Cabo, Mazatlan, Puerto Vallarta, and more. While we relax and cruise the tropical waters and have some drinks with umbrellas in them, you could attend an intimate meet and greet with legends like Bill Ranford, Jason Strudwick, Kelly Buchberger, Ron Lowe, Jack Michaels, Louis DeBrusque, and more. Don't miss out on every hockey fan's dream cruise, the Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise. It's going to be one hell of a trip. Price start at just $23.99. Part of the proceeds support the Ben Stelter Foundation and Kids with Cancer.
The Edmonton Hockey Legends Cruise, July 2026. Visit cast.tours/Edmonton or call 1-833-347-7678. Book now and save $500 per cabin when you mention promo code Stingray Radio. That's cast.tours/Edmonton.
Vinny and Don in Hockey are dedicated to skill development for all hockey players. If you know a student athlete interested in growing as a person and a player, register for a free shadow day. Beginner or experienced, this program develops a student athlete skill in a supportive environment. It's a great opportunity for prospective student athletes entering grades 3 through 12 to see what Vimy and Donnan have to offer. Visit vimyridge.epsb.ca or donnan.epsb.ca for more info and to sign up.
You wanted local sports on weekends. Saturday mornings at 9, check out the Saturday Sports Setup, where we'll tee up what's happening on the weekend sports scene. Tune in Saturday morning at 9 on Sports 1440.
From the local rinks to homes and businesses across the province, Alberta's rural natural gas utilities are here to fuel life affordably, reliably, and safely. We're members of the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-op, providing natural gas to keep our rural neighborhoods warm and connected every day. It's local, dependable, and it's ours. To learn more about the Federation of Alberta Gas Co-ops and our members, and how natural gas fuels your community, visit fedgas.com. Alberta's energy. Game on.
This Christmas, Subaru is proud to support the Little Warriors, a national charitable organization dedicated to protecting children, raising awareness, and helping survivors heal from the trauma of child sexual abuse. Join us for a Phil Forster event at Rally Subaru in Subaru City. We're collecting much-needed items like AAA batteries, art supplies, backpacks for kids, winter gear, and laundry essentials. Drop off your donations at either location and be entered to win a free detail package. Thank you for your support from Subaru.
Have your sports curiosity cured with the Kevin Karius Show. This is Sports 1440.
All right, welcome back to the big program. 10:51 in Edmonton. Kevin Karius, Laddie Schmid with you. Hey, tomorrow we're going to be at the CCT World of Golf. 7 bells, bright and early in the morning. That's live on location. It's indoor golf. It's on the, the simulators, Laddie. So Eddie and I will be there at the CCT World of Golf.
Eddie can play golf?
Can Eddie play golf? Well, you know what his nickname is? Eddie 85. That's his
handicap.
His own. That's his own nickname that he gave himself. He said he would be breaking 85 all summer. And it never happened once.
Oh, he's an athlete. Not
Yeah,
that
but
oh,
Yeah,
what do
yeah.
what is that? Yeah, poor Eddie, thrown under the bus.
Yes. Well, we're going to get Eddie to, take some shots, swing some clubs tomorrow. This is kind of crazy news out of Pittsburgh Steelers. TJ Watt currently in a local hospital for medical evaluation of his lung after experiencing discomfort at practice yesterday. He won't practice today, obviously. So lung, that's weird.
Yeah.
Very weird. And obviously one of the best players they got. So
yeah.
So we'll be there tomorrow. Our bid right now for the dinner at Chop, $1,500.
That's what it's at.
It's at $1,500. Our buddy J Dog is going to bid that up. He said that already as the day progresses. So don't get too comfortable, Mike. That'll be coming up in the next 6 months.
That's a pretty good deal.
Sure it is.
1,500.
Yeah, it'll be a 2.
You get you and me.
Yeah.
Well,
Duke's
brings it down.
Well, yeah, but what if Duke brings one of his girls?
There's a better chance we're gonna see Santa this Christmas. Let's be honest.
You're not saying much again, eh?
Well, what am I supposed to say? Laddie opens this show by talking about how he thinks guys like Struddy and whomever they go after others because of insecurity, and all he does is spends an hour and a half in here once a week just ragging on me.
J-Dog,
it's not about your looks though. It's your
it's the game,
inability to
game. Yeah.
That's okay.
It's not like
I don't take it personally.
So like if Struddy is insecure about his looks, that's trips my looks. So like what am I insecure about?
But you
When
don't
I
need to
trip
have
in
a game. You got a lovely wife.
Exactly. I'm not tripping. I'm trying to push you towards.
Well, maybe this style of coaching doesn't work with me. Maybe I'm like I need to be.
He needs to be coddled.
I'm one of the new generation players. I need to be.
You're my
coddled,
son's generation.
Need to be coddled a little bit more, perhaps.
Raised in a bubble.
Come on, Duke.
Come on, Duke.
J-Dog
I'll
comes
try
in
and be
at
better.
Hey,
I'll be better.
J-Dog comes at $1,600 for the dinner at Chop Steakhouse. Brad German.
J-Dog, eh?
Yeah, the J-Dog. I've known J-Dog for a long time. He used to play for the Huskies. He used to play for the Bears.
Oh, so he really wants it? He wants to hang out with you.
Well, he's got a couple. He said he might bring Scotty the Bulldog Olsen. Do you know Scotty Olsen?
Nope.
Well, that's worth if J-Dog gets this and he brings the Bulldog. Scotty Bulldog Olsen was one of the top boxers in the world in his weight class.
Oh, really?
And he is a funny guy.
How old is he?
Bulldog's probably in his 50s.
That's not the guy we met.
No.
What was this?
How old is Bulldog right now? Which guy that we met, Laddie?
We had a boxer in the studio. He was coaching.
57.
He was. Do you remember?
What's that do? Oh,
Laddie's talking about the fought Ali.
Yeah.
Local.
Oh, Kenny Lacusta.
Kenny Lacusta.
Yeah,
Sure.
Lacusta.
Bulldog Olsen was the light flyweight gold medal in the 86 Commonwealth Games. That's how good he was. And then, the Bulldog. I'll never, the quick story. He was going to bicycle across Canada. And he told me, so he said,
were you drunk, guys? When you were talking about it or what?
No, I've interviewed him 100 times. Anyway, he goes, and he's kind of got a high squeaky voice. And he said, well, I got out to Vancouver and I started the trek, but I forgot about the prevailing west winds. And he said he never lasted too long. So anyway, all right, laddie.
Is this it?
This is it, baby.
Time flies when you have fun, eh?
It is.
And Duke dodged the bullet.
He did.
Yeah. Well,
next week, because it's our
last
show before Christmas. We got our auction item winner, Sean, that's coming in, that bid on it to come in while we do the show. He's coming in studio.
Is he going to be here for the whole show?
He'll be here at 9 o'clock.
And for the rest of the show?
9 to 11, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because he said he wanted to see what it's all about.
So you cannot even talk crap in between.
Oh, yeah, we can. It's like,
Well, I swear a lot off the air.
I'm sure he'll
so
be
I'm gonna
okay
have to. So I'm gonna have to tighten it up, guys.
Well, have a good.
Should
weekend.
I wear a suit?
Have a good weekend, big guy.
You too, guys.
We'll see you next week. That's Ladislav Schmid coming up. Top of the hour. It is Fantasy Frenzy with
the former Rochep T-Bird,
Connor Halley, and the Duke of Delburne. 12 o'clock till 2. It's the Lowdown with Alan Mitchell. 2 till 6. Jason Greger drives us home with the Jason Greger Show. We got Andrew Walker and Landon Ferraro, Donnie P with the pregame show at 6 o'clock. Puck Drop Oilers, Red Wings at 7. They'll have the postgame show to follow. Fox Sports all night long. We are back with you tomorrow morning at 7 bells. Before all that, time now for a Sports 1440 update brought to you by AWS Welding Supplies in Nisku. Product sales, servicing, calibrating, free same-day delivery of in-stock items to Leduc, Nisku, South Edmonton, your one-stop shop for all things welding, awswelding.ca. Hope you have a great rest of your Thursday. Stay warm. We will see you back here tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Until then, here is the Duke.
This is a Sports 1440 update.
Game day of the Edmonton Oilers. They wrap up their homestand against the visiting Red Wings. Detroit were winners last night in Calgary. Pre-game coverage getting underway at 6 o'clock here at Sports 1440. Puck drop just after 7. Dozen other games around the NHL. Sens are in Columbus. Boone Jenner coming off IR for the Blue Jackets. Leafs hosting the Sharks. Habs take on the Penguins. Vegas playing Philly. Boston heading to Winnipeg. Habs host the Panthers. And the Sabres continue their road trip with a stop in Vancouver. Week 15 in the NFL kicking off from Tampa, Florida. The Bucks look to move alone atop the NFC South when they host their rival Falcons. Kickoff at 6:15. From the CFL, Hamilton Tiger Cats extending quarterback Bo Levi Mitchell on a 2-year deal. This past year, Mitchell led the league in passing yards and touchdowns and was a finalist for MOP for the second straight season. 4 games on the hardwood. Portland playing New Orleans. Rockets host the Clippers. Boston in Milwaukee. And Jokic and the Nuggets take on the Kings in the nightcap. Coming up on Sports 1440, it is Fantasy Frenzy with Hallie and Douglas. I'm Brandon Douglas. That's your Sports 1440 update.
Sports 1440 in West Edmonton Mall and Wetaskiwin. CKJR is a Stingray radio station.
Download the free radio player app and listen wherever you go.
Now for today's holiday special, Legacy Heating and Cooling saves Christmas. Santa's furnace broke down in the shop last night, and the elves couldn't make any toys, that's right. So Santa called up his pals at Legacy Heating. And ho, 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 golly gee, 1 year, no payments, interest-free. And the elves are working merrily with a brand new furnace from Legacy. Happy holidays from Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Get ready, Edmonton. Glow Christmas Festival returns to light up the Edmonton Expo Center from December 4th to 31st with dazzling activities for the entire family. Wander the glowing trails, meet Santa in his sleigh, and shop from over 30 local artisans and vendors with handcrafted gifts and holiday treasures, perfect for everyone on your list. Get your tickets and learn more about what's on this season by visiting the calendar of events at edmontonexpocenter.com today.